Hello?
Hey. So so Lo, you were saying bring
Yeah.
back point guards or something or
Yeah, I say that every day. Like, literally, that could be another catchphrase. I just think playing without a point guard and playing without somebody that communicates so much, playing without somebody that's such a big part of your team, I just think it's messing them up. Like in playing without any point guard is hard, right? Or playing without the best point guard in the league, that's an adjustment. I just really think the community, like Yana said, is communication. Communication go. You don't have your leader. Age is a leader, right? But your point guard is a leader as well, and I just think they're just really missing that. I just think they are because, like Yana said, we've seen them play defense before. I just think they're missing a vocal leader out there, somebody to get them doing what they got to do. So I think that's their biggest problem right now. Them not making shots. If that's the issue, they'll get there. But just that communication, all of that got to get better. So they're. I'm not really, it don't worry me too much. But them losing doesn't surprise me because also last space, as I said, they was treading water. So it's just
right.
they're playing without their point guard for me.
I'll take the positive. I think seeing Jackie distribute the ball more because I think at times we mentioned that being an issue for non Chelsea guards. Seeing her really have to get other people involved as the point guard is growth, and I think it'll serve them well when Chelsea gets back. Um, I also think this is probably gonna rub some people, but I also think they did need to move a rookie.
Agreed.
Um, I like loved Fair. I think she's a fantastic hooper. But the team is in need of immediate impact this year. Especially with Chelsea being out, I don't think they could afford to have 3, 4 people on the roster that weren't playing. And I think once KB went out, that put a lot more stress on the rotations. And I just don't think you want to burn your roster out this early into the season and not go get somebody that can help you immediately. So I'm excited to see who they bring in, but I'm also excited about the fact that everybody on the team has to grow in some capacity while Chelsea's out. Also, um, if Kia is going to continue to look for her shot like she's been doing, um, sporadically early in the season, I think that serves them well later in the season as well. But I think the defensive point really is speaks to just the fact that you've got, especially against Phoenix, like that team is playing a 4 guard, 5 guard lineup at times.
Hmm.
And all you got to do is find whoever um, Kelsey is guarding and go for that. Especially if you pull Asia out the paint, I mean toast. And it's basically kind of what they did to New York at times last year, taking turns going after Sloot and Ionescu.
But
So
Phoenix wasn't cooking Kelsey. They was cooking Jackie.
right, but they were cooking Jackie because whoever Kelsey was on was getting beat, and Jackie
Not
can't
real.
afford. Yes, real.
Carl was taking Jackie one on
Okay,
one to
and
the
do you want
rim
and
multiple times.
do you want Jackie, the now starting point guard, to foul out because she's playing over aggressive defense on
I don't want her to foul out, but I don't think that's on KP either.
I
Like
think I
that's not on KP. Jackie was getting cooked.
she wasn't in my opinion, but
So I got a question. So let's crunch some numbers here. So they had about 30,000 left. Fair's contract was about 65 ish, so that puts them just over 90. Prorated for the time that Fair spent with the Aces, that
it wasn't
probably leaves them
prorated.
with them about 80,000 ish or so. So now, um, who who out there would you give $80,000 to come in and be an immediate impact type of player, or probably 10, 15 minute player off the bench?
What's the vet minimum?
Vet
Like
minimum
70 something,
70.
like
Yeah.
72K or 74K.
My
The
only
only
answer is Odyssey.
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
answer in my opinion.
That's the only.
Okay. That's experience, that scoring potential,
And she can defend.
yeah, defense and facilitation. Okay.
Yeah, that's the
If not
only.
Odyssey, because
Nobody. The end of conversation. If it's not her, conversation over.
is there anybody out there who you would trade for then?
Hell, Atlanta
Really?
not used in LA.
But you need a point
Do
guard.
they have the
But they
pieces
do. They
even
could
They,
to
use
entice
another
a
big.
trade?
I mean, hell, the way Atlanta got LA City, they could trade a 2030 pick for her.
That's not funny.
You're right.
Like,
I think ultimately it boils down to what happens with Monique Billings later in the season. I know people are saying she signed to a full season contract or like full season hardship, but that doesn't really make sense if Satu's not out for the full year. Um, and I
and
think
then, but her also, if I remember correctly, it's based off of the player that your hardship is attached to. So her hardship was because of Natasha. So it
Yeah.
and
should
she should be
so
back.
so right. So when Natasha comes back, then yes, that they'll then have to make up their mind.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, those are the only two options I give him. I mean, I think Henny's a long
No.
throw, but that's basically Deasia just with three more
Yeah.
years of
No.
experience. So
No. I think Henny is good for Atlanta, not for the Aces. No. Respectfully, of course.
speaking of point guards, Jordan Canada need to get back tomorrow.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Tanisha would have to suit up her. Yeah. Okay, so speaking of, while we were on this topic, and we're going to go to Dallas Wings next and talk about. I want to start talking about Monique Billings, who um has just looked phenomenal. You know, in these first games of the season under the hardship contract. What do you like, or what's different about her? Is this one of those getting out and getting that fresh start away from certain environments, and then you're just feeling it again, or what do you all think that's been working well for her there in Dallas?
Unfortunately, yes, because she's not doing anything different. Nothing. She's just being not really athletic. She a little awkward. She's just playing hard. She's just running the floor,
Jumping out the gym.
jumping out. She's not doing anything different. Like she's not.
Yeah, I think it's whenever to me it read like Atlanta had her and didn't want to use her or didn't know what to do with her. And Dallas has been the organization, especially under Latricia, that figures out how to use the post players they have. I mean, she is playing really well beside Tierra McCowan. She's getting all of the hustle plays, getting all the
Mm-hmm.
putbacks, making her mid range. And if you remember back during COVID year, when Monique played for Atlanta, she had a really solid season, bubble season,
Hmm.
with Atlanta. And then I guess they just kind of lost faith in her after that. But she's basically showing that somebody needs to put me on their team, and if they give her a role besides somebody that is bigger, that can take up space, she seems to thrive. But
And
to
that
me, she looks like the player that was at UCLA all those
and you
years
know
ago.
what? Now that you mention that, that might be the issue with Atlanta. She doesn't have a big beside her that can really like Cheyenne has her games, but that's consistently like going to work
Yep.
that I have room to get these hustle plays. I think LA has the same type of art because I'm not saying LA the best, but that's what I'm saying. When I was saying she got to be throwing that bitch over the backboard, I was being facetious, saying essentially like it's no way that LA can't find a minute on the. It just does not. It does not. eh, No, I don't see it.
But it also must be something system related because Cheyenne has almost regressed this year, in my opinion. Like now that Tina's there, it's Ryan Leash and Tina, and
Yeah,
Cheyenne just looks like an afterthought.
yeah.
But Monique is hooping. Hopefully she this now allows some other teams to see her impact so that she can stay around the league a little bit longer because she's definitely a solid player.
B
I'm
Shay in the
wondering
audience.
if they try to keep her.
It's
Like,
spinning. It's I'm waiting for it to come up. I think.
Okay, I just was telling you to make sure
Oh
you.
no, you got.
Okay.
What you say, Yana?
I wonder if they try to keep her instead of letting her go. Like, I don't really know how that process goes if they have to like waive her and if she's able to get picked up on the waiver wire, which she has no control over, or if they do, because I think they did it with like Kalani or something like that,
Mhm.
where like Kalani was gone for a little bit, but then they kind of talked to her, and Kalani knew that they were going to bring her back for the rest of the season. So I'm interested to see if they're kind of looking into that because she's meshed in really well with what they're doing right now. And then that makes me wonder who are the players that they may end up releasing to make room for her.
Okay, let's play GM. What are you gonna do?
Child.
Ooh, what am I gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I mean, I guess the easiest thing is to maybe get rid of the players you aren't playing. So like a Lou or a Suarez. Um, those are probably the first two people that I look
I
at.
say Lou. I like Suarez. I think when I watch Suarez, she's done decent for them. I keep it Lou.
Yeah, but I think part of the conversation, if I'm a GM that I'm looking at, is do they want to win now, and do they think they'll get all their pieces back to win now? Because if the goal is to win a title this year now, um, they need to also look back into the point guard conversation as well. Because
Yeah.
I like Uzun, but that, I mean, I don't know why you let go of Odyssey just to bring in that along with JC, and both of them are younger guards in the league. And then second thing is when Natasha gets back, that's going to change Monique's role. And so I don't think you shift the roster dynamic because basically Suarez is coming off the bench anyways, playing the 3-4 role. Monique would I don't think it works once Howard gets back, especially once Satu gets back.
And you never know sometimes with Dallas because they aren't always the most transparent in terms of time frames for return. Because we sat last year waiting for Diamond to suit up for them, and it never happened. And they kept Kalani and Odyssey on hardship contracts all year. So you never know. I mean, we wish them the best. We wish them a full and healthy recovery, but stranger things have happened. We're going to go to the Brooklyn Shoes, who
Okay.
are
Oh my
currently
God.
they are 4-2 this season, and it's still early again, of course. But they suffered losses to Minnesota as well as the Chicago
Chicago.
Sky. What do we think about them currently?
They need a point guard.
They
They
don't love each other.
they need a point guard. One, two. Somebody was in my comments when somebody asked is JJ good. I said it depends on the day, and they said don't be like that. You hating? No, bitch. You're not watching. That they got. I don't know if they need to. They have um people that she could talk to get her mind right, but she is a good basketball player, but it just is not there for her some days, and it would get frustrating as a coach, as a teammate to deal with that all the time. Like I genuinely do not know who I'm getting to on each day. Two, Stewie. I don't know what's going on. I
So you
used
say
to be.
Fee still got her number?
Oh yes, everybody. Stewie's not. Stewie. I don't want to say she's regressed because she's
She
getting
don't put
older.
no fear in nobody's heart no
Yeah,
more.
Yeah, she's getting older. She's just not the same. I know I said that. Remember near the end of last season, she just seemed to lose like a step or something. And I feel like in this season, it looks the same. She does really well against Indiana, but other than that, she
It's
leaves
Indiana.
she leaves a lot to be desired. Not for everybody, but for a Stewie, for a woman that's I won't even give her 1A and 1B no more. I give her 2. For a woman that was that, she leaves a lot to be desired. Now for the average WNBA player, no. But as a whole, I'm just kind of like Stewie, what's tea? Like what's good? Like you Stewie, do your thing. But she just doesn't always seem to be there for her.
I think with
Yeah.
New York, we're back to the same place we were last year, where it's like, how do you get Laney involved, right?
Mm.
Like, Laney's still not getting involved with the offense, and that's something we were so big on last year, and that's something we were like, they gotta figure out. She's the X factor,
Mm-hmm.
and they still haven't figured it out. And then on top of that, JJ's very up and down. She's if they call one foul on her and it's an early foul, you might as well just throw the whole game away with her because she gets frustrated. And
Yeah.
Lo has already illustrated how a frustrated JJ is. And when you start seeing the
Let's revisit.
frustration, you know that the game's done for her. Like, you
Where that
know she
picture at?
done.
Where that picture at? Oh God.
And so then it just leaves it up to what? Sloot and Sabrina and Stewie to carry. I don't know what they're doing with Thornton. I remember when Thornton got traded to New York, I was like, that is a game changer. Big move, big time offseason move. And now I'm like, where the fuck is Thornton? Like what? Like how did she get to this? Like now they barely use her, and if they do
Mhm.
use her, she looks confused and she doesn't look like she knows where she belongs in the offense. So I don't even know how I don't know how to fix it.
What you call it? Look decent though. Lil Sobly.
Yeah, baby
She look.
Sably, she
Yeah.
looks good.
She look good.
You know, Sandy Brondello.
Clock it.
What we told y'all, she had all that talent in Phoenix
Sure did.
and ain't making damn thing shake. She got all this talent in New York and they look like they regressed this year so far. So I'm just saying, we told y'all.
She had 2021 in the palm of her hands for a ring, but didn't get it done. So, with that being said, do we think that this, because it's what, this is year three for Sandy in Phoenix? I mean, in New York. Do we think that this is a make or break year for her, or they may decide to just give some fresh air, give somebody else an opportunity, or what?
I don't think that team stays together. I don't like
Yeah, I
because
agree.
like let's just be honest. Caitlin's in the league now. She's got Indiana. Stewie and JJ went to New York to win a title there.
Mhm.
They have not won, and this year's looking trepidatious early.
Come
Um,
on, Trepidations.
and so Sabrina is kind of
Mm.
left on the side because yes, we've put all these marketing dollars behind her, but she isn't looking like Kobe Jr. right now. And so, do you move? Does she go out west and do the Sacramento thing? Golden State woo-ha? Or does Stewie look for a new destination? I just don't think because Sloot's on the way out for sure. I don't think she stays past this year. But I don't see, and allegedly, this is me using my T. Allegedly, the girls don't love each other inside the locker room for real, for real. Like not on some KP stuff, but allegedly, there's clickies moments happening. So I just don't know. Based off all the information, I don't know how you make that work after this year.
Mhm.
Especially with the pay cuts that they've been taking for the past 2 years.
Yes,
Well,
like
good
I'm
point.
taking a pay cut just for JJ to get upset and do the tired black woman picture.
Mm-hmm. And the Popeyes lady. So what you're
Yes.
saying is that some of the popular ladies, the popular names might be up for grabs during the expansion draft.
Yeah, no, I really do think like I think there's a lot of top players that are gonna be ready to because what have we seen every offseason? The biggest moves are players going to franchises that got some bankroll and got a nice facility. You
Hmm.
know damn Skippy that the Golden Skate team gonna gentrify and gonna reach out and pillage and pull every dollar from that community possible to give them all the woo-ha and hoopla, and then come Toronto, same thing. So you know a couple of big names that are possibly role players might be looking to become a star elsewhere. And Sabrina being the first one that comes to mind.
They got
Give
kids to
Benaja her
feed,
own team.
weddings to pay for, all that.
I got a team
Now,
for her, B.
oh brother.
Good.
Y'all don't need no more defense, Shay. That's the damn problem now.
All defense, no shots.
Y'all don't need that.
All right, so we're going to get to the other teams a little bit later. Um, but those were the top four currently. We're going to go into our award ladder. So we've seen some amazing performances this week. Some names are shuffling around. We got some coaches already pulling the Geno and campaigning for their players to get certain awards. So we're going to start off with the MVP, or what Cheryl wants to say, MVP or whatever. Who do we think are the top three in that particular category? I'll say four. Top four teams, top four for MVPs.
Asia, Fee, and Ka.
And Jackie?
are my top three right now. You said
Mm.
four, but I don't really have a fourth.
Yeah, I agree with Yana.
If Enrique can lead the league in scoring again, and they have, around that 6 to 8 seed, I could put her in
They
Six
finals.
cannot
to
be a
eight?
6 seed. They gotta be 4 to 6.
Yeah, agreed. For that,
I think as long as they above 500 and
uh-uh.
based off of how it went off the rails,
I
But
I
don't think
can't.
not in this league.
I don't know how you give her more credit than you give Fee in
It's not
Minnesota.
the fact that I'm giving her more credit. It's the fact that Jewel Lloyd did the same exact thing last year and was
And
using
I
this
don't
high
think she should have
efficient.
been in the MVP conversation either. Here's
Wait,
my
she
thing with
was?
the scoring.
No,
Like,
she
They
wasn't.
they were they were they were mentioning Jewel Lloyd last year. I
That
mean,
was
Fee
But that's
for
wasn't
that
mentioned.
was for
MVP.
diversity and inclusion.
That must be the next
Well,
people.
that's Enrique, my diversity inclusion now.
see, here's why I feel like I can never just look at points when it comes to MVP. If you want to have an offensive player of the year award, that's fine. And they have that little award at the end of the year for the leaders in statistical categories or whatever. So if she want to win that, that's cool. But I'm looking at Enrique's stats right now. She's not leading the league in scoring. Ka is. But she's shooting at a 36% clip. That is not good. She's turning the ball over at 3 turnovers per game to 4 assists. That is not good. Like, I no, that cannot be an MVP.
Yana got some numbers every
She,
time.
Well,
baby, them shits was quick too. She said, "Let me go."
Well, we can we put her in the MIP? I feel like that would be
MIP.
Ooh,
great.
we.
MIP.
All
Now,
right.
see, now you about to make me cuss like I cussed about Shotzi
No, I'm
last
I'm
year.
just trying to ask for clarification between the two awards because I don't feel like she's eligible for MIP, but
She's definitely not.
How
I,
about
I
first
think
team?
I think give it some time. Like I do, because I would put her in the early MVP conversation. I know all that Yana's saying, but I also would put her in the early conversation as well. So I get where you're coming from, but I can also understand why Yana's throwing her out. But none of y'all has said Alyssa Thomas, and that's who needs to also be on the list.
Oh
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah.
so
Yeah.
my top four, no order, just names: Asia, At, Ka, and Fee.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely 18. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Craig, I think your Enrique case gonna get legs if she could keep them afloat and then Sabali come back and they start cooking.
see, that's when I have to kind of change my vote. But I get you.
I'm just saying the seed matters. You can't be 8, and that
It
was what they was
does.
trying to do with Tina.
Yeah, I get it.
But also, there's the argument that the actual MVP in Dallas is Satu, not Enrique. But we're not gonna go there today because that's off the topic.
Now that
Um,
Maddie keep playing like she playing, shit.
Now Maddie Hoopin, I will
Maddie's
give
in
you
my
that.
P
Seegers.
Now
category.
that is my actual MIP early right
Yes.
now.
Wait, I thought you just said Alana.
Is on the list, but
Oh,
Alana
okay.
was solid last year. Maddie was
She
on the
was.
bench.
Okay. So that takes me to the MIP category. So who you have a list of names of players who are really doing their thing this year. You have your Dejanay's, your Ties, your Alanas, your Maddies, your Moniques, depending on how many games she plays under this hardship contract. Who are your top four for most improved?
The
Can
four
we
that you
throw
named.
De'Erica on
Ooh.
there? I know it's not technically supposed to, but she looked like shit last year.
She did.
Can she be comeback and not MIP?
Okay, I support
Yes,
that.
yes,
I support that.
yes. I get yes, 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 yes. But yeah,
So speaking of De'Erica, if the season ended today, would she be on one of the all W teams?
hell
Hell
yeah.
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah. I
Okay.
can't see a reason why you would put her on there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I would put her over some big names.
yeah.
Yeah.
She hooping.
At this moment, hell yeah.
Neka
So
should have stayed in LA the way. Let me be quiet.
Oh my God.
Well,
so is
y'all already know how I feel about NECA.
so are we
No,
saying
no.
like for post players? Because what they went away from
Position.
positions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
positionless now.
So you giving Asia Fee and De'Erica or Asia Fee and AT?
T. But De'Erica would probably go second team.
Okay.
Yeah. But she'll be on a team. Like if the season were to end today, she's on a team. There's no way you don't put her on. one of those
Can
teams.
can I place Marina Mabry on MIP?
Ooh, I'll allow it.
Mm,
Some with these Notre
Her
Dame guards, I
her
guess.
IQ is MIP because I
no,
will
that's
say
I don't.
she
Not some of
pissed
them
me the hell
shots.
off against Dallas. She
Not some of
lost that game.
no, because her shot selection is not good.
It
No,
is, but you're right.
no,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
you're right. Never mind. Let
I'm
me
just
shut
talking
up.
about like role wise, y'all. Role
She
wise.
definitely can go on MIP. I'll support it. I'll allow it.
Okay. All right. This is an exciting one. Rookie of the year. Give me your
Let me
top four
preface this.
names.
Let me because the TL has lost their damn mind. The rookie of the year race is going to change week to week. You want to know why? Because there are a lot of really good rookies. Okay. And we can make these arguments about them changing week to week because all of these rookies take on different roles for the teams that they play for. And in order for the sport to continue to grow, we want all races, including Rookie of the Year, to be hard and difficult. So we want as many names as possible in the conversation.
Why
And
does it feel like you're holding someone hand when you're saying this?
even if your fave is not at the top of the list this week, they can be at the top of the list next week. So with that being said, let's discuss.
Walk with me, baby. Walk
This
with me.
week, it's a 3-person race for me right now. It's Cam, Angel, and Cece.
I'm not even gonna get myself in a rut because we know what this award about to go to, and so I'm not even gonna get my hopes up, my
I
dreams up. I'm
agree.
not gonna stat watch. We know y'all don't act like y'all don't know who this
But we
award
can
is.
Craig,
still
I
have
don't
the
because
discussion though.
but I also think people ain't stupid. I hope the voters aren't stupid and don't coaches and like isn't there two sets of voters?
We
But
do
I
this
hope,
every year. We do this
regardless of
every
that
year.
though, if the girlies keep hooping, they gonna put hella pressure on them to where
Yeah.
if they
Mhm.
do some shit, it's gonna be obvious,
Mm-mm.
and that's
Cause
what I want them to do. I want
and
them to keep hooping, put. I don't care, just put
So we about
pressure.
to have LeBron versus Carmelo again?
I don't watch men, don't know.
Like I don't think when we get to the end of the year, it should be a unanimous rookie of the year. Like
Should
if
be
it's
unanimous.
unanimous, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
I don't think it'll be unanimous.
So
I
do we
just
say
want
has in the past? I'm trying to think of the most recent
When
did
Phoebe
records
Enrique,
say
see
I was upset. I ain't even gonna hold you.
right,
What's it?
right.
That's one of the ballots that's already. They already sent them ballots in.
But I don't
Kathy got
think.
I'm
that on her
sorry.
desk.
But I don't think. I see. I'm a. You know. I try to. I try. Sometimes I'm a Debbie Downer, but other times I am an optimist. I don't think. I don't think it's that simple because this is like other stuff. Yes. I don't think this is that.
Hmm.
Okay.
Because even if you want to say like Angel's doing what she did in college, she's not really like transforming anything. Okay, I'll give you that. But Cam, what she did this week, if she continues that on both ends of the ball, then I think you have
But
a
I don't even give you the Angel who did this in college because exactly what she did in college, so many people said she couldn't do that shit in the
this
pros,
is
and she
true. This
is.
is true.
So I don't even think that's a valid excuse. So
But
I
I
think
think
to
go
me,
ahead.
that's even more of a reason to be like,
It
oh
is.
shit, you doing your thing. To me, now I don't know about nobody else.
But I guess like I'm looking at numbers. Like Cam dropped what 21 last night.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Cam dropped 21. She's already almost averaging 4 blocks a game, which will be a record, like regardless of rookie or any year you've been in the league.
Right, right.
Um, like she is hooping. Like
Mhm.
Angel to me is the most consistent rookie thus far,
Mhm.
which I think you
Yeah.
have to give points to. I
Mhm.
think, and also since we use the fee and
Rike.
Enrique conversation, Fee won the award because her team made the
Playoffs.
Yeah.
playoffs. So if Angel can buy the hair on her, do whatever, if she can get Chicago to the playoffs, that says something to me.
Especially when everybody had Chicago. Well, not me,
12.
but they had Chicago 12 to
Mhm.
start the
Listen to
season.
me.
So
Kurt
Yeah,
is fucking up my rookie of the year race, so I'm upset.
My Rakia.
I don't I went to the game last night, and oh, how both teams on both sides of the coast pissed me the fuck. How does that happen? How? I was like, well, let me go to a Sparks game, and I just don't. Just let her play. I don't care if she don't know the play. I don't care. You ain't no contender. Put her on the floor and let her figure it out.
But also, he must be tanking for Paige too because they had that game wrapped up prior to bringing Lexi back in.
So, because okay, and this is not, who was
No
on her?
shade. I know y'all
Zaya,
say I
right?
bully people, but this is not even shade. This is hoops.
No,
Zaya
Zaya
was
played
Yeah,
well
defending
last
her, and
night.
Zaya was
He
doing a really
changed
good
the
job.
momentum of the
And
game.
y'all know
Zaya
I
played
ride
well.
Zaya real bad, but she played really well.
Like Zaya had, she was doing a really great job against Enrique, and then as soon as he switched, and brought Lexi back in, it was like, all right, here we go.
But he did that in the Indiana game too when Rakia was going off and he took
Yep.
Rakia out. Like I don't know what it is. He has this loyalty to his vets. I don't know, but
Hmm.
I
And
But
don't
then he
isn't
know.
that
I
cries
the
don't
on the
get
same?
it.
sideline. Why every play happen you throw a goddamn temper tantrum? You a grown ass man.
Sound
But
like sound like Roman came out.
the interesting thing about him and his vet stuff is y'all remember early in Lexi's career,
He didn't like
they
her
Uh huh.
either.
fed her.
sure didn't.
Exactly. Yes.
He did
That's why
not
we were
like her.
shocked that she went back there last year.
And if I'm not
Ain't
too old to
Shanae too,
remember,
ain't it?
huh?
Shanae too, ain't it?
Yep.
Hmm.
Correct. And I'm not too old to remember um her coming on a clubhouse. This was before a lot of y'all started watching hoops, no shade, no tea, and talking about that experience.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't. mm. But I will say I was really proud of Lord. She missed every layup in the first half, but Lee Rue did a really good job in the second half, so I was happy for her.
I
It's
just find it
crazy because
ironic
Chicago, right?
since
she missed
the
every
Gilbert
layup but
Arenas
made those
show.
jump shots.
Ever since they didn't put on their little Lexi shirts, the Gilbert Arena show, she been stinking it up.
And now nerve of him to do all of that, then come back and saying some ignorant shit. I
The
don't
Yeah,
nerve
understand.
of the W to post it like they ain't know what the
But
fuck
I
was
don't
gonna
understand
happen.
what her appeal is
Okay.
to them. And I'm not even trying to talk junk about the girl because I'm not in the business of doing that. But I don't understand what her appeal is to them when he consistently says these ignorant things. Why would you platform him? Granted, he is who he is, but I don't know.
out child. Let me not.
I
I'm
mean,
a
this is
I'm
the
about to
same
say
person
I'm
who
judgmental
also
person.
said that they needed to be wearing biker shorts or something a few years ago. They needed to have shorter shorts and sports bras on the court. So I mean,
I don't get
But
it,
I
but
think
it's
I
not my
think
business.
what we have to be cognizant of is it's 144 sounds in the
That's
league,
true. That's
and a
true.
lot of those sounds want to be in the room with people that maybe don't see and validate them, but they validate their pretty privilege and they validate their let me not bring up pretty privilege.
pretty
They
privileged.
validate they validate the what am I trying to say? The areas where those people are most self-conscious, and so you're not in the room because you are because let's be honest, Gilbert Arenas was a star in the
Hmm.
NBA and a certified Hall of Famer. He is platforming a journey woman in the WNBA. And yeah, wonderful gowns.
gonna have to back you up on that. Sorry, he ain't no Hall of Fame on that man.
Maybe
Great Hooper, yes.
at the correctional facility, probably.
Y'all don't, they not gonna put him in the Hall of Fame?
No,
They had
I don't
the
think so.
he had the tool in the joint. They not
Well,
putting
just
him in
I
no
mean,
Hall
but
of Fame.
I don't mean like I know he was a criminal, but I mean that's a
Great
legend.
Hooper, great Hooper. Appreciated in DC. Great Hooper.
Cute shoes.
Yes.
Okay,
Wonderful
well,
shoelaces.
sorry for him.
He hooped in DKNYs.
Wonderful gowns. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. But yeah, no, I think real life though. I think if you gonna go with the youth movement, go with the youth movement. Don't pussy out on it. Put the Erica in, Lasia in whenever, and then let the kids play. Cause hell, even Ari had a good game.
Yeah, yeah, and it looks
Gary,
like she will be. It looks like
I'm sorry, Ari.
she'll be playing more with Leisure expected to be out.
What is
So
that injury?
I didn't see it.
Concussion in it.
Yeah, I didn't see what
Something
happened.
to the head. It was a nasty screen. Like not in a bad way. Like McCowan was set, but she just ran full speed into McCowan, and yeah,
That's a big girl.
rest the sister. Yeah.
So yeah, you know, but let's not talk about screens too much because we don't want to offend
Oh,
anyone.
brother.
And so, with the defensive player of the year, some of these names, same names that we talked about for rookie of the year, may come up in the defensive player of the year category. We know that Brink is one of the leaders when it comes to block, is the leader when it comes to blocks. We know there are
Hmm.
some household names that we're going to see there, like your Alyssa Thomases and your Asia Wilsons. Who are some of your other names that you think could be a good defensive player of the year candidate?
I'm gonna go with Fee. I think Fee should be in there too. Like
You
Fee's
think so?
Yeah, Fee's up there in steals, blocks. She's been defending really well, and she's been getting things going for Minnesota on the defensive end. Like it's been like very silent. She's not very loud with it, but Fee's like one-on-one defense on Stewie and JJ during that game in New York made me kind of take a step back and be like, "Oh, what the fuck Fee got going on over here?" And then I looked and I was like, "Oh, Fee actually she doing her thing on defense this season." So I can see her kind of finding her way in that conversation if she's not already in it.
Caitlin Clark.
Oh, why would you? What the fuck?
Craig.
Now, they already call us haters. Why would you do
Since
that?
they yeah, put her on ballot for
Yeah,
everything.
that shit's funny.
She about to be coach of the year next.
Yeah, our Lord
Oh,
and Savior.
brother. Jesus. Yeah, I like those names. I support. I validate.
So this one is a little interesting. Sixth player of the year because I mean the lineups have been changing. Do you think we have
Oh,
someone who's is it going to be someone who's currently on the bench or someone who you think probably going to go to the bench, a tweak of a lineup or what?
Well, if the mama lied, or if the mama told the truth, then maybe Nelissa. If
I
the mama
rate
lied, then
Timmy.
Timmy.
I think you could put one of them. I think you could put Kennedy. I think you could put AC, of course. Um,
If Ari keep speeding the game up like this, I can see her making a case.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this person as a whole,
Hold on, now
this
I'm trying to
person's
think who you about
She
to
existence,
about to
mention.
say it.
but Sophie Cunningham.
oh yeah,
Dun
yeah,
dun dun.
Damn,
yeah,
Yana,
for
we gonna
sure.
have to check your follows. You got
Check the family
Check
She
my
reunion
already
life.
had
too.
in her closet.
Let me go unlike some stuff real quick. Hold on. I'll be back.
they done they done sponsor something for you, Yana. They done slide you some money.
If they did, I wouldn't tell y'all.
They gonna
She
film
on the
it from a
books.
bird's. They gonna film it from a bird's eye view.
She doing their books. She on the Excel
She
sheets.
is. she's she's sending the girl dad his Scott report
So
stats.
that's why Phoenix was practicing today at the Boston Celtics facility, huh, Yana? So
Oh,
they can
Gotta crunch the
brother.
numbers, man.
She budgeting their campaigns.
They reached out to me after they put that terrible tweet up about Dallas.
That's exactly where I wanted to take you next. Perfect. So we're going to get into this week's social media frenzy. Now,
Oh, brother.
we've seen a lot on social media from family members and fans and official team accounts, but I think none more egregious than a fellow team that has the equal amount of rings talking about another franchise that
Oh,
has the same amount of rings. So the Phoenix Mercury basically alluded, not even alluded, they stated that the Dallas Mavericks, oh Lord, sorry, I'm excited because we win away from a sweep. So shouts out to my Mavs. But we all saw the madness between the Dallas Wings and the Phoenix Mercury. What do you think about that tweet? And this is, I guess, on trend or on brand for some of the things that they've been tweeting a lot in recent weeks. If you know, you know. Dolores, I'll take it from you first.
oh, bitch. Um, uh, I'm trying
That's
to be nice.
I'm not. That's why you can't blame the new fans because the people in the places don't know shit either.
Yes, yeah. It. What do I want to say? It's it's interesting. Shut up, love.
And
It's.
Dolores, don't be a messy fanboy when you say this, please.
I'm trying not to. That's why I'm stuttering. Um, Yeah, it's beautiful. It's interesting that an organization, because you know people love to look up stats and people's histories and stuff. It's interesting that an organization um that has pissed away so many titles in the last eight
Oh.
years, who is clawing or trying to fight their way back into the conversation off the back of an almost retiree, would choose to be messy with an organization that has beaten them 6 times in a row now, and that organization being one that does have titles to their name, and for an organization that loves to be on Twitter and know what's happening on Twitter. If you're in the know, you should be in the know enough to know that you need to educate while also trying to be messy. So whoever did it, I'm sorry for you. Hopefully they deducted your pay um, for being a messy fan girl.
The Dallas ain't swing back hard enough for me because
They
I'd have got on
didn't.
that. I'd have got on that bitch and said, "Well, when did you get your last title? How many goddamn presidents ago was that? Since you won a clock T, shit. Who did you visit in the White House?"
Yeah, this is, I mean, well.
I just thought it was funny overall because it's like it's so early in the season and they just got 40 points put on their head by Dallas's star, and I was just like, "This the take y'all going with? Y'all throwing rings and like you just lost at
I mean,
home."
they were committed to making a video telling one player to stand off camera so another player could run and grab the other player so they could post for a fan on
Oh
social media.
yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
Mind you, they quoted a picture of the girls with KD, didn't they?
Hmm.
Yes, yes.
Like,
Yes.
The Katie that was there to support them,
Shit, that's already a read in itself.
right? Because how you bring a fan and lose a fan? Now that's a messy fanboy.
Okay. What else has happened on social media this week that you all have enjoyed?
Too damn much.
I'll say this. I feel like, one, y'all did not have to drag that man who made that list.
Oh yes, we
Y'all,
did.
no. Because he said it was tough. Y'all could have just ignored his ass. Because I don't even know the man on the list, but y'all drug him and y'all ain't had to drag him.
Mama
Two,
drug me.
I have an unpopular opinion about this whole Tay thing. While I do, how can I say this? Hmm. I do think it's unfortunate for me. I'm not. I think I'm very private, so I don't do the relationships out in public. That's just the woman that I am. So it makes me cringe when I see people screen record Enrique proposing to her girlfriend. That made me cringe 2 weeks ago. I talked to my friends about it. Like some shit, I just
Yeah,
don't think we should do. I don't. Me personally, like if we kick shooting the breeze in the chat or saying little inside jokes, little funny shit, cool. But I don't like that. I think that's weird. But everybody is not like that, and that's cool. These women, Dolores asked like a while ago, is a WNBA ready to grow? The answer was no. Because at the very end of the day, it's unfortunate that Zaya, I don't know if Zaya was outed today. I'm not sure. But we have, I don't want to even say personal relationships, but we have a closer connection to these people. And we know, okay, well, maybe she's not this, and maybe she doesn't say this, and maybe she doesn't say this. But that's not everybody's relationship to the WNBA or to these women in the WNBA. So while I do feel like it was unfortunate, you are a professional athlete. It comes with the territory. If you don't
Hmm.
want anybody to know, don't sit courtside with a crop top with her number on it. Don't post her in a carousel on Twitter. Don't or TikTok or Instagram. Don't get caught up doing these things. Don't show yourselves in public doing these things. I don't think. I mean, I'm sorry. Like to go and try to tell the baddest Mitch girl not to say anything about it. I wouldn't, because that's the woman that I am. But you can't tell that lady not to do that. Why not? Why not? That's her content. That's the kind of thing she posts. We grew. That's what we are. So I think that's a little disingenuous. I know like we had these personal relationships and it's unfortunate, but I feel like that's part of growing. I know to say that the J girl, the little stud who tweeted like Zaya gay, da da da, they dating. for you to be mad at her, it just seems you can't be mad at for what? That's like when we see stuff, girl, so and so pregnant by DDG. Why she hiding that baby? Why she doing this? The only reason that y'all feel different about this is because these are people that you have a quote unquote closer connection or relationship to. So while I do think it's unfortunate for them and it's not something that I, Lauren Dreer, would do, I think it's very unfair to be like, oh, I hate these new fans because they're doing this and they just they shooting the breeze, they gossiping. They don't have this close connection to it. They're not doing anything different than what we would do. You know what I mean? We just closer to it. So I do think that's a little disingenuous. I don't like that. I didn't like the attacking the man about his little silly list. Now attacking the people that's being racist and saying that women in the league are trash, that's a different type of who fans are doing the most. But little silly stuff like that, I just feel like that's part of the game growing. And you just gonna have to get used to it. Now, for the people on W Twitter, now that we see it's more popular, yes, we could be more cognizant and we can do what we need to do to make sure it doesn't get out. But that's the only thing that we can control. And you can't even be mad at that because my girl Bree, she didn't think nothing would come from that. Cool, she did what she had to do. Cool, but I just think we have to be more cognizant. But to be mad or upset or feel some type of way, so like, that's a stretch to me. Now, did the girl, if she was outed, that does suck. But we know those stories. The other people don't. So I just feel like it's a slippery slope. We just have to be more cognizant. I don't think it's fair to be mad at anybody or say these new fans are ruining stuff. Like that's dragging it for sure. And that girl tweet about the baddest Mitch tweet, I feel like that was Black Twitter is Black Twitter, and y'all know Black Twitter. I think it was disingenuous to take her tweet and try to make it like she was being rude and nasty. She was being silly about um NBA, the NBA, and all the girls watching the NBA. Like that's Black Twitter. Don't do that. That's just my take.
I think two things. I think for the this Zaya and Tia thing, I think it's exactly right. Like in this new space with NIL, the WNBA starting to boom, you the life that you present to the world via social media is the more people know about you, the more they're going to want to know more about you. The more access you give people, the more they're going to want to seek access. But also, the less access you give to people, the more they're going to want to like find any little example to find out something about you to get closer. Like that is all celebrity is now, is how people can tear down those walls of secrecy that people have around celebrity and get more information. And so to Lowe's point, like now that we are in this space of growth in the W college women's athletics, we can't be shocked by what unfolds that maybe we kept secret prior, because the notion of like open secrets in sports now, especially women's sports, are gone. Like if people are spending all this money investing, like we've got content creators sprouting up out of the blue trying to get a piece of the WNBA pie because they see that so many people, all walks of life, are tapped into the W and they want to use their talents, their type of content to get a hold of it. Like the girl that's been doing the I Like Mess. So look at Dejanay and Alyssa Dewana Bonner. Like that's really dope content, and we can't really regulate how she does that content because at the end of the day, it is growing or helping to bring a new audience to the league. So I definitely agree there. In relation to the guys comparison tweet, for me personally, I commented, I quoted, and I was like, nice try, laugh, laugh, laugh. Because I think, yes, I think it is dope that now there is a portion of fans trying to bridge the gap between I love the MNBA, I'm starting to watch the WNBA, let me make comparisons. For me, I made it that joke. Now, I know that there's always going to be people that take it left. Don't say anything, compare women to women, da 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 da. That's not how I feel, but I
Oh yeah,
get
that's
how.
cool though. I do
Yeah,
agree. We can do that too.
right. I agree with that too. That's not how I feel, but I get why that's an argument. I think, again, to Lowe's point, we just have to be aware of the fact that, like, the new fan content that we consume, we can choose to ignore it. Like the same way these new fans chose to ignore the WNBA for all these years, even though we've been telling them the product is good, we can choose to ignore and give them a platform. Because for me, I always think it's really funny when somebody will enter the space and be like, "Oh, I didn't know." Da 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 da. Or we had the lady tweet to Asia. I meant to Dawn. We thank you to Caitlin for Caitlyn bringing eyes so that people can know who Asia is. No, you didn't know who Asia is. We knew who Asia is. You didn't. So not expending energy on people that are literally entering the space to grow their own platform. It is not authentic to the growth of the league as a whole or the women's platforms as a whole. It is solely for self preservation and finding more money. So just knowing and like really being cognizant of who you choose to consume content from, what, when, where, and why, so that we don't have to have a conversation every other week about, well, this person outed this person or this person told an open secret or da 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 da. Because there is literally no way to filter that stuff now other than choosing to consume it or not choosing to consume it. But also, for some of y'all that have entered the space within the last 6 months, please don't come up in here trying to educate us and present yourself like you've been around for forever
Ah,
because the calls are coming from inside the house. That's like, don't do that. Don't do that. Do not enter this y'all know who I'm talking to because y'all in the audience. I see you. For those of you that literally
God,
just,
let me
I
go
mean, just
look.
started within the year 2023, 2024, started consuming the WNBA and college basketball on the women's side, please don't be up in here trying to act like you the grand educator
Oh,
because that's real. Like, don't do that. Okay, I'm good. Yes, Shane.
I was just gonna say that I'm with you, Dolores. I just told them to watch more games on the list thing and made it a joke, but it went
oh
left as
yeah, yeah,
hell.
for sure. I
It
agree.
went left as hell, and yeah, y'all like everything ain't gotta be. Some people just like he even put laughing emojis in his shit, y'all. Like,
Yeah.
just come on, y'all. But I think the issue I have is like, and I think Naya tweeted it. Y'all in these parasocial relationships, y'all do not
My
know these
God.
people.
My
Y'all do not know these people. And the issue that I had with y'all trying to be so in depth with discussing relationships and shit is a lot of y'all are doing it as a way of engagement farming. Y'all do not care
yes.
about these people. Y'all are just, well, I'm gonna post this because it's messy and people gonna come to my page and they gonna follow me and this, that, and the third. That's the issue that I have with it. It's just engagement farming. And the problem with y'all try to draw the connection with like, well, the NBA and they talk about this, that, and the third. Misogyny noir is at the root of the WNBA. That is not a problem that they have to deal with in the NBA. So that I think y'all have to consider when y'all are trying to do all this extra shit.
Exactly, Shay.
Also,
Like these the same motherfuckers that's you mean going through followers to you mean expose commitments before you mean they actually commit. So you mean making YouTube videos over fan fiction relationships and how much money they make and things of that sort. So you just can't fall into the trap of it.
also whoever I didn't go into the detail, but whoever did that whole abusing DB thing, you need your ass beat. And I just want to follow up on that and say that this new climate of social media to where y'all think, what the hell is this echo? This new climate
Regular.
where people want to project crime on people or project violence onto people based on a parasocial relationship or because you want to, I don't know, like I don't understand it. Like, where did you get that from and how? Like, so that just really bothered me this week as a criminal myself, since y'all on the TL think that
oh my
I
god.
just really wanted to make sure that y'all stop doing that because I'm telling y'all, some of y'all can be sued and should be. I don't got the money to sue y'all, but once I do, I'm going to. But yeah, stop doing that.
Dewana and AT definitely got the money too.
Yeah, they do, and I'd encourage it. I don't right now, but when I do, I'm going to.
Can
It's
you
a few of
please?
y'all. I'm so serious too. Also, last thing, y'all some fake ass bitches. Because again, I'm old enough to remember everything that was said about Camilla after the fight in the SEC tournament. So when did y'all become um Brazilian supporters? When
The
did
Get
y'all
Along
start
shirt.
like when no no
It's the shirt. It's the shirt.
no.
Burn that
No,
shirt to the
It's the
ground.
shirt. It's the shirt. I'm telling you, it is.
I'm gonna
Burn
tear that.
that
I'm gonna
shirt
tear
to the
that shit up.
ground.
I'm gonna
No,
rip.
you're not gonna tear up my shirt.
I'm gonna rip that shit up like them last day of school shirts when people put their signature on it for memory. I'm gonna put that shit in the good old washer with some Tide.
Oh, don't do me like that. The North also remembers how. I'm not gonna say no names, but I just want to call out the hypocrisy. A certain player's family members got on this app talking shit about a certain teammate and a certain team dynamic, and it was, and a certain fan base that wears garnet and black was upset about it because you don't do things like that. But everybody else on Twitter was like, well, they standing up for their child. That's what they should do. That's what they should do. Da 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 da. Fast forward, the same family is back in the middle of the same type of mess, and now all of a sudden it's, oh, that's so terrible. Why would she do that? Oh, that's gonna do da 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 da. And I just want to point out how it was completely different last year. I know some people don't know because they weren't here, but it's very different.
Hmm.
I just want to know that I want you to know I peeped. We clocked it, but I will say it's still wrong. They shouldn't be. Maybe we shouldn't put all of that on social media. But yeah, I just it's a difference, and it's a pattern at this point. So you know,
Also, my last little thing since we're addressing, I find it extremely interesting, like overly extremely interesting, the way that I think people are doing it subconsciously because I don't. If they are doing this stuff consciously, it's really gonna bother me. But we all see. w- We had a whole spaces about it. How giving players grace to come into the league, l- play as they play, fail, succeed, do well, do bad, would allow them to grow and develop without the added noise and hoopla. But it's funny that the people that are doing the added noise in the hoopla are the media, are WNBA media. Like that is what's really bothering me because you've got your Debbie Antonellis, your Rebecca Lobos, your local writers from all these other networks, locally, nationally, etc., continuing to double down, triple down, quadruple down about the star that is Caitlin Clark and the attention that she's bringing the league. She's been in the league now, and I always say white players cannot fail because there's always a caveat or there's always a way that they can pivot when they don't live up to hype. In my opinion, Caitlyn has not lived up to the hype at all this season. Like at all. Because the hype was so high that the hype was she's gonna come in, bust everybody's
MVP.
ass. She was gonna come in, win MVP. She was gonna come in and lead an Indiana team to a title. This was by writers, this was by major media. This was not even like I ain't even talk about fans. This was by major media. Now those same major media members are talking about I just like the toll that these 7 games have taken on Caitlyn, and she looks so tired in these interviews, and the league, like they're just being so physical with her, and now the team is just not good, and I think Christy Side should be fired. Like, but y'all just told us for months leading up to this that she wouldn't have no problem adjusting from college to the W. The speed of the game wouldn't be an issue. Physicality wouldn't be an issue. She was still gonna get her points off. She was still gonna do all of this. We've seen her held to below 10 digits twice already. She's averaging the most turnovers in the league. There is no connection with any other player outside of Timmy. So where is the criticism?
yeah,
Because all I'm seeing is
We
excuses.
haters. We
it's
clearly
very
hate.
interesting because it's like what's that thing? You ever like that Spider-Man meme was like, who created all of this hoopla? You did. Like you pointed right back at yourself. Like it's interesting because if the media, and this is what I mean, that's why another reason you can't be mad at these new fans because they literally regurgitate what they hear from the media. That's why
Bingo.
I
Yes.
always say it's pious, pious, because God loves pious. Because they literally said this woman would come do this, and this, which caused people who actually watch the WNBA to say, "Hey, no, that's disrespectful as hell. You're doing too much. It's gonna be a learning curve. Like you really dragging it." Then that caused, "Oh, y'all are just hating on
Y'all
her. Y'all
hating.
just hate her." Da da da. Then it turns to, "Oh, well, y'all got to give her some grace." Then it's, "That's what we said." Then it's, "No, y'all said this and this." Like this is literally a situation that y'all created.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, like, and for it to be compared to a Cameron Brink, nobody was talking that shit about Cameron Brink.
Literally nobody.
So it's
I
just
found
like
it.
it's just not. It's just kind of like you created you made the bed, so now you got to lay in it. So this now, granted, it was gonna be some talk about it regardless. She's the first pick. Brittany was the number one pick. She's done all of this on women's basketball with the whoop. But at the end of the day, y'all created this. Like
And the
all the
thing,
fingers point back to y'all.
and it's so like that's why I was a history major in college. This literally happened 4 years ago. Like the only difference is that there wasn't a national or major push because of COVID to like there all the what am I trying to say? All the things weren't there to make this happen like for Caitlyn. I mean for Sabrina. Because let's be honest, like that there was a stir, the narratives were starting to pop up, Sabrina was all over ESPN. And then literally everything hits the fan. We lose Kobe. COVID hits, we get no NCAA tournament. So Sabrina didn't get the opportunity to have her Caitlyn one shining moment in a loss in the national championship game for 2 years in a row. But all the hype was there. Everybody knew about Sabrina. Nike was already planning for her shoe. Like it, they literally just copied and pasted the formula. The only difference is that the stars aligned for Caitlyn in that she had an antagonist. She had Angel Reese. And then after she had Angel Reese, you got South Carolina. So she had an antagonist to allow her white greatness to really supersede the sport. And that's all they were looking for was a white woman to do it. They tried with Sabrina, they couldn't do it. And then nothing in her professional career allowed them to triple, quadruple, whatever down on that, even
And
though they've tried.
you also have to add the fact that Caitlyn, like, and that's why I said it's. I just feel like people aren't listening because it's not a Caitlyn thing. It's a situation thing. It's a scenario.
Yes.
But it also what happened to Caitlyn, like it's the same thing. But Caitlyn, like you said, the stars align because women's basketball has just been on this steady growth of people
Bingo.
paying attention and people
Mhm.
caring. She came along at the right time and boom. So yes, now her splash, damn sure is a lot bigger, bigger than Sabrina's,
For sure.
and damn sure bigger than a lot of the other ones. The other white girls before her for sure. But at the end of the day, it's the same formula. She just, like you said, the stars align and boom, because it's not any different.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally copy and paste the formula because, I mean, we were on Twitter talking about the disparities in media coverage. Like, I remember the ESPN article, I remember being published, like, I remember all of that for Sabrina. And so we're here 4 years later, and the same things and the same rules apply to Caitlyn, and people are acting confused as to why people are upset. And it's like, we were upset 4 years ago.
I just want y'all to peep how they've like countered though. Like
Yeah, oh, baby,
they're not
they know
they're
how to
not
pivot.
comparing Caitlyn's downfall to Sabrina. They're comparing it to Kelsey, the WNBA champ. Oh, it's gonna take
Yeah.
her. It's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be a Kelsey route. This and that. They're not comparing it to Sabrina though.
Because
Just smart.
because there's still a lot of money attached to Sabrina. She's still got the best selling shoe in women's history, and because they're think like you got to think about it. This if New York goes on a magical run and somehow wins the title this year, that gets attributed back to Sabrina, regardless of if she's the star or not. So they got to keep Sabrina in the pocket. They can't completely drop her yet until all signs point to her being a role player.
Yeah,
So
now
they
it's Caitlyn is. You mean she's taking a Kelsey punch, or she's
Yeah, and
having a
and,
definite
and that's
lawsuit as well.
if that fails, they're gonna shift to another player, and if that fails, they're gonna shift to another player.
But even if she takes the Kelsey route, guess who was right, Cheryl?
Bingo. Well, well,
Guess
well,
who was right?
well.
All of us.
Ooh, and guess who was right? I can't even believe I'm about to say this name.
Oh no, no, no. We don't say that. Don't say that shit.
Okay, never mind.
We said Cheryl. We said what we
Oh
needed
yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
yeah. Cheryl.
Thank you.
There you go,
Mm-mm.
Cheryl.
I one thing I don't know why that day y'all was on here capping for her.
It wasn't
Y'all almost
me.
made me
Not
throw up in
me
my
either.
mouth.
I sat there and
Y'all
I
almost
sat
made
there
me
and
throw up in
shut
my
my
mouth
fat ass
because
up.
one thing I would never, ever, ever do, ever. Y'all made me throw up in my mouth. I'm disappointed in y'all for that one. I forgot to tell you. I
After
forgot to
she
tell
spat
y'all.
on that floor,
I
Oh,
forgot to tell
brother.
y'all. I was disappointed in y'all for that one.
broke a
It
door,
wasn't me. Didn't catch me on
pushed the
camera.
ref.
Yeah, I was disappointed in y'all for that one. I ain't gonna care.
Okay.
Well, that
That
was
was
amazing
thorough.
hot topics for this week.
It really was.
We're gonna now go on to the Sink or swim. So with this, we have, of course, it's who you think are swimming based off of the names or the teams or the coaches or players that I give you, and who do you think is about to sink? I wish I had my Jaws music. Wait, Jaws didn't sink. What was that boat? That the Titanic. Yes.
Oh, brother.
So,
Are you
first,
okay?
yes, I've been drinking. I've been drinking. First up, I'm so sorry, Shay. Eric Tebow, sinking or swimming?
Yeah.
The submarine, the remote control submarine.
Anchor at the bottom, baby. We are going to hell so fast, and it is so quick, and I am enjoying it so much.
You are the live version of that duck with that cigarette.
Shay, would you prefer Paige or Kiki?
I think we got to go Paige because we already got Aaliyah and Shakira.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm, okay. So tank for Page it is. Mercury, they have a 4 game week this week. They have Connecticut, New York, Minnesota, and LA.
Damn.
So,
That's a rough week.
With no BG?
I think they're gonna float. Like I think they can go 2-2.
oh, and
I
also
think they'll lose one. They'll
also
float.
remember, Suge is questionable. Rebecca Allen is also out because of
Oh.
concussion,
Damn.
then as well
Yeah.
as BG.
Oh well, shit.
I
Okay.
think Rebecca changes it the most because while she might not always score a lot, she an anchor. She hold them down. Oh.
So if what's her name? If Suge is, I guess that would be downgraded to out, they would only have 8 players
Mm.
off the bench, and
Can
so
they do hardship?
they could
I
very
wonder
well
if they
do a
would.
No,
hardship.
no hardships, Yana. Suit up, girl, dad.
They better get Prissy a
Facts.
10 day.
I think even when looking at their schedule, though, they could still come out with 2 wins. Like I think Connecticut and Minnesota will be the tough ones, but they could be. Well, they should beat LA in my opinion, and New York. I think they could beat. They have the players that make New York guards quiver in
But
the
what the
knees.
hell they gonna do with Stewie and JJ?
So who was there? So I know it was Kai Cloud, Natasha Mack, and
Diana.
GT. Was Rebecca the other starter?
Yes.
Okay, so
Hmm.
now that possibly moves Sophie
Sophie.
back to that,
Hmm.
and off their bench now they only have Elizabeth Dixon, Kiki, and
Well, they about to be playing like 40 minutes
Morgan
a
Burst.
game.
Morgan. Oh Jesus! So they don't even have. They possibly may not even have another guard.
Yeah.
I don't see them getting past New York. I know New York's struggling in a sense, but now that's just disrespectful.
So 2-2.
Just
No,
make
I
JJ
got
mad, and
I got
JJ
1-3.
will she'll take herself out the game, and then you just figure everything else out.
I'll give them 1-3.
Mm,
Because I don't think Natasha Cloud can get away with guarding the five, as she says, against Stewie the same way she would be able to get away with it against Asia.
okay, so we got them sinking. The Sun, Connecticut has a 3 game week this week. Phoenix, Dallas, and Atlanta. 2-1,
The, Child, 3-0.
3-0.
What's the one, B? I want you to say what you think the one is.
The Atlanta. Atlanta.
Listen, I still have hope that we're going to be eating our lemon pepper wings on the float. I'm not even going to attach a year to it anymore because I just don't know. And mm, okay, so 3-0 for Connecticut. So they are swimming. They what's the best swim? A backstroke,
Michael
breaststroke?
Phelps.
Michael Phelps, Sabrina,
Butterfly
Freestyle.
is
I think
Freestyle is the
freestyle.
easiest to me.
Baby, they doing
Maybe.
pirouettes and all that stuff in the water. Okay, the Sky. They have a 3 game week. Seattle, LA, and Indiana.
Ooh, I think all of them could go either way.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think they could. I think they could swim.
Or sink.
Or
Or
drown.
Yeah, them
Or
games.
yeah,
I'm telling you, they games could go either way.
because which Seattle, which LA, and which Indiana shows up. Like,
Yep.
and then the Indiana game is the game that they get Camilla back, and I think Izzy's on her way back too. So we might see Izzy this week
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
So
she looks to be cleared based on what's been posted. She's not on the IR
Them could
anymore.
go either damn way. Literally.
yeah, but I'm gonna be watching.
I'm
They gonna be
excited.
good.
So with
it's
a
going to be
sellout,
real good.
what Camilla say? Our games have been sold out.
She's funny.
I don't know. I don't watch the WNBA. I just watch the Aces. I don't know that girl. It
And
was
you know
feet.
what's crazy? The girl, I'm pretty sure the girl
Was
is
feet.
Fee.
The
Like
girl
when she
what?
said it, I was like, "Ain't Phoebe been the one?" Oh Lord, Camilla.
Like,
She
girl,
said
don't say
what
that.
feet? She was like, I don't know the girl. Like
She said, I know my team and I knew the Aces. I know that's right. Okay. So, the Tanisha Dreams.
Oh, brother.
Well, although they'll get one of these, they got the Mystics, Vegas, and Connecticut.
it better
I,
be the damn Mystics. I'm gonna be pissed.
We gonna tap. That's the one we gonna get.
I, y'all, I'm not
I'm
gonna
about
say
to get
nothing
off.
nice because Ron got mad at me last time I said something mean about that lady. Um, Wonderful gowns.
Y'all, I was at the game on Sunday, and I promise y'all, I did not even realize they were down 17. I went to the little merch store, and it was tied around the time that I went to the merch store. And when I sat back down, I was like, "When the hell did they get down 17? What the fuck happened? Like,
Child.
what the fuck happened?"
They don't
And
look
they
like they
tried
be
to
having
fight
no
themselves, I guess, but
chemistry either. They just be looking oof,
I mean, bright
discombobulated.
spot, Nas has been really good. I think
Yeah,
Nas has brought like a lot of energy off the
yeah.
bench, and she's been really good. Ryan and Leash, they hooping. So
Ugh.
Okay. So we got them
I'll
sinking too.
almost rather Ryan be the damn point guard at this point.
That's the sad part.
I
Are they
agree.
sinking or are they blowing bubbles?
Um,
Not
um,
blowing bubbles.
They blowing
um,
bubbles.
ooh, um,
Christina! Christina's not here.
I think
mm.
they still on the beach building their life raft. They got figured out.
Nope. They ain't even get in the water yet.
Yeah, they still building the life raft.
Okay. Next up, we have the Sparks guards. The minutes, basically, between
Ooh,
Lexi, Zaya, and
um,
we're going to put
um,
an asterisk beside Lay because they are out currently. So we'll insert Airy there into the
And
Bermuda
Kia.
Triangle. Bermuda Triangle. Every ship that goes through it gets lost. No, they are sunk.
Dang.
And I feel like they're trying to make Rakia play the four, but I would like to see Rakia at the three every once in a while. I feel like she could
Yes.
really do well at the three.
Give us your lineup based off of the available
Like
bodies.
starters,
Yeah.
Cam, De'Erica, Rakia, I guess Ari because Lay is out at the moment. And I'd start Lexi, but if she's struggling, then I'd slide Zaya in.
Okay. Has Ray made a debut? Has Ray played at
She
all?
did. She played
She
yesterday.
played some minutes yesterday. She's
Yes,
an
girl.
interesting
Earned that
one because they gave
125.
her so much money.
I'm crying. Y'all to go bring that up every time we talk.
Because it don't make sense.
That's me with Katie Lou.
Oh.
That don't make sense either.
So that, you know what? Now that we this may rub some people the wrong
And
way.
if you think about it, the money that they gave her because it was a protected contract, and I'm sorry, I know we got some Tennessee fans in here, and I love y'all. We at peace right now, so I hate to say this, but the money that they gave her is the reason why they couldn't keep Monique Billings because
Well,
Billings was on an unprotected contract, but Ray was on a protected, and it came down for LA. It came down to money. They just didn't have enough money to keep a player like Billings, and I mean,
It is what
Well,
it
I'd
is.
like to voice my displeasure too. Breonna Turner needs to be the next president. She needs to take Nicka's spot.
oh,
Go ahead.
brother.
Got to do.
Now, make sure when the next time some shit happen, y'all get Craig and not me because get Craig.
I
Wait,
wonder
were
Okay?
who
you
that
saying she needs
troll.
to be the next president in terms of because you need her to just retire or
Correct.
oh
What is the purpose of that anyway? Because they don't be making no moves.
To tweet, we see you, we hear you, we're thinking of you,
We're listening.
we're listening. I'm not doing that shit. So, since we were talking about contracts,
Oh, brother.
I just thought of something randomly. Name still a working title. We're gonna be a chop it or screw it.
Where the money
Um,
resides.
where the money resides. Yes, yes, where the money resides, or in some cases where it doesn't. Um, if you are passing out divorce papers,
Oh, shit. That's easy.
Y'all want to go by a team?
yes,
Cause
we're gonna
I
go by a
Listen, I
team.
go
can.
by team. Matter of fact, let me get a list.
let me pull up her hoop stats real
I,
quick.
one
And you
moment.
can restructure. So it's a complete divorce or it's a restructure.
No, divorce.
I'm
Mm-mm,
trying to be nice here.
mm-mm.
Okay, let's start with the defending. Oh no, let
Hold up. That way we can help the WNBA. If you are in the audience, go ahead and go on your cellular device, your computer, or whatever you have internet access and open the WNBA app. Let's really make this bitch crash. Open the WNBA app, and I want you to go to the portion of the app where you can look at all rosters. I want you to do that so you can follow along, and we're going to do reading, staggered reading, so that we can make sure that we are also hitting our reading goal for 2024 as well. So we're gonna make
we're
this
going to start our
educational.
reading early so that way we encourage the people to be able to read the new CBA. Okay.
Amen. Amen. Here we
All right.
go.
So we're going to start in alphabetical order. Damn, I try to do every way. It's still gonna be them first. Shoot. Okay. The Las Vegas Aces.
How about you said alphabetical?
Yeah, the A is.
A and Aces.
Oh, you mean like the okay? I thought you were talking about like city
Mm-mm.
alphabetical. You talking? All right, gotcha.
Yeah, on the app, the Aces come first.
So the Las Vegas Aces, if you had to divorce or restructure a contract,
I'm gonna leave this to Yana. I'm not getting into that.
I have plenty. Um, I mean, everybody already know who I would say. So, but honestly, at the moment, I would probably say first would be Emma Cannon, just because I do think that they rushed into that one. And if they waited like maybe a couple more days, they would have been able to grab Monique Billings. So Emma, it would kind of be the person. She'd be like the first person on the list right now.
okay, okay, all right. What about the rest of you all? And if you agree, you can just say I. If not,
I
okay. Oh, that's okay.
I think it's ironic that Megan Gustafson making more than Sydney Colson, and that's supposed to be the glue piece.
don't be nasty. She is the glue because she chose to
No,
take a pay cut.
it's not ironic though. She's taking the vet minimum, so which is kind of what's expected.
I just didn't realize it was 20, 24, 20K. You mean more than
Difference,
what
yeah.
Meg was making.
Yeah, I do
But
want
it's
Vegas
okay
to
because they
figure
get
out
that
how to
hundred
get
K,
Meg
right?
going.
It's all good because that 100K on top of that. So yeah.
Amen. Amen.
And
Big
then
ups to the big ballers in Vegas.
she getting good endorsements.
Period.
Okay, so we're gonna move on from the Aces, and we're gonna go down Peachtree all the way down to North Florida, where we have the Atlanta Dream for the
N-
team.
North Florida is insane.
LA, the coach, Lorella. Um, mm, I just want to restructure all. I just want to restructure it all.
This is probably an unpopular opinion, but I didn't see the purpose of getting AP.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
I
Glorilla
think the
definitely.
idea, I think the idea was to have another scoring punch off the bench because last season they struggled with that. Like when you sent Rod to the bench,
They didn't, yeah.
AD came in and they didn't necessarily have somebody that could get a bucket off the bench. So
Yeah.
that was the thought process. Now is it coming to fruition? I didn't say that, but that was the thought process.
Yeah, I guess where I struggle is I think AP is a downhill guard, gets a lot of their buckets.
And the ball stops.
Yeah, like And I
all the
I'm
time.
I'm just not a fan of 25 dribbles in a mid range. I'm just not. So that's a struggle. I think had they placed more emphasis on not just getting Jordan Canada, but also getting a 3 and D type guard, that might have been better for them. Because I don't really, yeah, I'm struggling with what AP
Also with the
offers.
AP thing from Dallas to Mystics to now, I don't think she makes her teammates better.
Well,
I think her best year is still Washington's championship run.
agreed.
And that's
Agree.
because she bought into her role of being a bench player.
Bubble season before injury, she was hooping too.
Oh
I
yes.
think I think she's bought into her role in Atlanta. I just don't know.
I don't like the role. That's me.
Okay, you don't like the role, but I think she's bought in. She seems to have a good attitude about it.
Mm.
Okay. We're gonna move on from the Atlanta Dream and gonna go to the Indiana Fever.
Hold up, I'm gonna do a whole list.
I
Give me
want to
2
chop
minutes.
Aaliyah
I support.
and put her somewhere else.
The whole roster. Can they start from scratch and just
That was the goal this year.
Kelsey,
uh I mean, okay, so I like Katie Lou Samuelson, the player, but I don't think the cost
What do you like about
matched
her?
the player.
She could
I
shoot.
rather kept
The
Victoria
person?
Vivians.
Maybe I like the person.
I'm taking
But
Carly Lou.
the cost wasn't that never made sense to me. I don't know why they gave her that large contract. Erica Wheeler being one of the highest paid players in the W is still
Blasphemy.
insane to me. So I'd start there.
In the
Um,
W, I feel like we have this. A lot of the GMs look at it because I can, I should. Like, no, that's not what you should do when it comes to constructing your team, and we've seen that. Um, I think that was the consensus last year when it came to Chicago, of who got a certain two
but
hundred plus thousand dollar
I don't even
contract.
think it's a because I can, I should. I think it's because they don't actually know how to have those conversations with agents and players about where they realistically fit financially. Because let's not forget, Minnesota got their ass in all of this shit a few years ago because she paid three role players supermax or just below supermax. You had
Yep.
baby girl Canada, Notre Dame, Kayla McBride and AP all making more money than Sil was making at the time.
Yep.
Then you go to Chicago, you had role players making more money than Sil was making. Then all those years ago, you had I do making all that money. Like it happens so often in the W, and it's because these GMs are not having real conversations with players and agents about, regardless of what you think you are old. This is all that your success, your game offers you. And if everybody in the league were came to a consensus about that, we would stop having Erica Wheeler making that much money.
Well, now that I think about it, Indiana's been constantly overpaying because you remember
Yes.
they've been paying and
Hmm.
divorcing people for years.
Yep.
They
And the
had to
thing
pay
is
Jantel Lavender for a while. They accepted bad contracts to pay them off. I want to say it was either in the Stu contract or it was a Odyssey contract. Like they
it was
accept
Odyssey.
and they accepted just to buy it out and pay that. So now they're in the same situation again with Erica and Kelsey's contract and Katie Lou. So
And the thing about Indiana is that this was the one year where they were in prime position to actually be able to go after a like really big name had they used their financial bargaining power to do so. Because if I am gonna spend a bag on somebody, you damn skippy, I'm a contact New York, work on trying to get JJ. I would have reached out to LA, worked on trying to trade Kelsey to LA for potentially an Ozare type player or hell a draft pick so I could draft two bigs, meaning I could have potentially got Cam Brink and Caitlin Clark. Like they're just not smart. And that's what bothers me is You're not smart, and now all this heat is up, and now you got the coach every other week talking about these players show up every day, and they bring their toolbox and they bring their lunch kit, and they just want to win, and like all this pressure. Like I take on the pressure. The players just, they show up to their hotel and they practice and they just want to win. And I'm like, no, your asses don't want to win. You spent too much fucking money on bad players. Your roster stinks. You don't know what to do with it because half the team plays in the half court and the other half of the team plays damn fast break transition basketball.
That brings me to another point about this league. I think we always talk about the disparity in, oh, the planes, the this and that, which is true. The real issue and the real disparity is the GMs and the coaches are just not the same.
In
It's a
fucking competent.
wide ass gap in talent levels of coaches and GMs. That's T, and
Ooh, wait, tweet that. Hold up, you actually
that's
we
the
need to tweet
biggest
that up.
issue in the WNBA. That's it.
We
We
gotta
can talk
clip
all
and
the
that.
other stuff.
Shout
and
out
We
to
talking
Bill
about
Lambier.
historically,
performance. We talking about performance
historically,
and what? Huh?
historically, that's what separates the title. Like, if we really think about it, let's go all the way back to the beginning. Van Chancellor, your
Penny
Cheryl
Toller.
Reeves, your exactly like all the franchises that do have titles historically are franchises with a really competent coach and somebody that know how to use money in the offices.
Exactly. That's the issue in the WNBA. All the other stuff is just decorations. The real problem is that these coaches and the GMs is such a large gap. That's the true advantage. Some of these teams are never going to beat some of the teams unless it's on a win because the gap of the coaches is just that goddamn wide. Like
Do y'all think for the Fever though that part of their problem with these bad contracts is that they're not a premier destination, so they got to
They
take what they can get?
they could have been, and the reason I say they could be a premier destination is because their practice facility is not ass. It's pretty affordable to live around that franchise.
hmm
The issue is that you got to put like, if I'm a free agent, everybody can't go to Vegas. Everybody can't go to what's all the place for money? New York and
Seattle and
and
Phoenix.
Seattle and Phoenix. Everybody can't go there. And we've known for years the Vegas doors have been closed outside of people about to retire that want some titles. And we've known New York was closed once they got their big three, and Seattle was just reeling recently. Their competition was other programs that aren't necessarily big big destinations. If you put a roster together and say, hey, come lead this group of young, talented players to a title, the right free agent gon' jump, especially if you got money. And we know that a lot of people in the W are running to get the quickest bag. They just didn't have the bag to offer because they spent it on these ass people.
Hey
Yeah, I
man.
forgot Victoria Vivian's was a negative 80K for them.
Yeah, like
Wasn't
that
who
shit.
got traded there and wanted to be and was pissed about it? Was it Hartley?
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that. She cried.
Cried on the bus out there in Poland somewhere, I think.
But like, and that was right before, like that was before you had Aaliyah. That was before you got Caitlyn. Like, if I know I got like, remember Vegas? They got three back-to-back number one draft picks. You got Kelsey, Asia, and Jackie. The only bad year of any of those picks was Asia's first year. Because Kelsey's first year, they were just getting to the new location. Asia's there now in Vegas. And then that very next year, when Jackie got there, the team was solid because they spent money.
But I mean, I think I like I see people trying to do like the not the Liberty, what the hell they call the Fever could be on the Aces trajectory. The problem is though, the Aces got rid of they
Yep,
had to move on from some big pieces. The Fever
bingo.
don't seem that they
Yep.
ready to do that shit yet.
And I don't think they had the culture. I think I always
That
hate,
too.
and I know the people on here get mad and they say, "Oh, well, people don't talk about basketball because they can't." No, it's just more things to it. You gotta have a culture. They had an issue last season. What the hell makes you think that them same people was gonna be able to get
Bingo.
together and do better this season when you got somebody like Caitlin Clark with so much media? Why the hell would you think that? Well, it just like because people just only want to focus on what an X's and O's, and then they half-ass do that. Because no, her running up and down the court shooting threes when you got two players that play better in the half court doesn't work. So don't talk to me about X's and O's when y'all half-ass think through that too.
and and
Culture is
and
important.
let's again, let's mix both. Like when Cesano was at Iowa, they did not play the same tempo her junior year that they played her senior year. Her senior year's tempo was better for Caitlin stat wise because you got Stuckey. That girl ain't no hooper. That is a certified track athlete that know how to be efficient around the rim with them damn mic and drills. Her half 10 of her 20 points was coming from beating everybody up the floor. And that is literally what we see
Mhm.
Timmy doing. But again, if I
Mhm.
already know I got a number two pick on my team and a number one pick on my team, I'm not going to design my system around the one outlier. Caitlin is the outlier in that. If the goal of the franchise is to make a big three, then Caitlin needs to adjust to the playing style of those two, and or you let it be known to Nalissa and Aaliyah that this is the style we're going to take on as an organization, and you guys are going to have to do the work in the offseason to be able to play that style. Neither one of those conversations was had, which is evidenced by the fact that Nalissa got kicked out of the starting lineup. And we can say it's a defensive switch, but that's a lie. It's not, because Timmy don't be defending well either.
And I think in the comparison to Vegas, got to give credit to Bill, right?
Shout out to
Like
Bill.
I do remember that Jackie Young year. Um, there was a lot of people that could have gotten picked before Jackie. Like that class was deep.
Enrique,
You
Fee,
had Enrique, Fee, you had McCowan, you had
Kennedy.
AD, like you had really great talent, and there was a lot of discussion about who's Vegas going to pick. And when it looked like, even when it kind of, when there was rumors swirling of it being Jackie, there were so many discussions about why that was a terrible decision. So many discussions. And we've seen a lot of GMs pick based on popularity in the W. A lot of GMs pick based on popularity.
Charlie.
And Bill was kind of like, no, I already got, like, why would I go get an Enrique if I got a KP? Why would I go get a Fee if I got an Asia? I got to get somebody that balances out with the players that I have. And if that's somebody that people don't think I should get, that's fine because I have a vision and I need three players that can work together that
I have
aren't
the vision.
exactly
I have the
playing
voice,
a
Curtis.
certain
I have
position.
the voice.
Don't get me
So
started.
like,
This is
and
this was one year,
I
right?
know it was tough, right? Like the obvious pick was Caitlin. She's this generational talent, and I'm not saying Indiana shouldn't have picked her, but I do think that Indiana, they're in picking her, you have to have a vision about how you had plan on implementing her into your offense.
And you had all the damn time in the world to figure it out.
Exactly.
And if you know you're getting Caitlin, then you go like literally. We were all on a TL like poking Indiana, do something. Free agency's
Stop.
here. Do something. Do something. Free
Correct.
agency's
Yeah.
here, and they didn't do shit.
Or you know what you should do? Because it don't seem like you did from what I can see on the court. I go get my girl, my other number one pick, even though she's around the world, and I say, hey, this is what we're gonna do next year. I'm gonna call you and say, hey, let's work on this. Hey, let's work on this. Hey, what you think about this? Hey, think what you think with this. That's how you build. But from the looks of it, ain't nobody said shit to
Oh,
Aaliyah.
very much. And again, like everybody's like, they got to develop chemistry in the pick and roll. Well, if your goal, if you're looking and projecting, you keep Aaliyah in Indiana all off season, and if nobody on the team can work with pick and roll on her, somebody on your coaching staff is in the gym with her every week working on pick and roll. How do you play in the pick and roll with Caitlin? What are her tendencies? What does she like to do? If that's your goal, is to make the franchise about Caitlin and her style of play, then you got to put into work with the people that you drafted in front of her.
Or yeah, period. Or Melissa, because where was she this summer? She didn't do AU. I don't know if she was overseas though. So
And and
Okay.
and and lastly, you don't go get no Katie Lou Samuelson when your best player, quote unquote, is a guard that don't defend. You need to go get somebody that plays some goddamn defense.
They need championship vets. Like the Aces went and got the good parts of the Sparks.
Literally, the best parts they did.
Like I don't know what am I learning, and this is not shade to them, but like Kelsey and Erica and them, like they aren't playing like conference finals games to give them that experience.
and they haven't won on any level.
Damn.
And they also weren't smart enough to go get Mo Billings when she just got dropped.
And the fact that they did not even call Skylar is still insane to
Blasphemous.
me. Like, even if you don't think you got a chance, you still
You
have
got
to
to
make the
tell me
call.
no. Hell,
Like, you gotta
right,
make the
Yana.
call.
You got to tell me
And
no, cause I
and
would
that's
ask.
how and that's why I'm saying I don't think I don't even think it's because they're not in a major market. I think it's just pure in fucking competence. Because there's no way you don't go look at Skylar. Because if we're gonna use the Indiana motto, Caitlin ain't the only guard on the team. Vegas just got one on her team that's hooping and contributing right now.
Cause they told me she ain't
They
on that
needed a
Well,
bench
kiss
yet.
ass. That was a locker room thing.
well, you see where that's getting them.
Wait, who?
Indiana
They
needs a
they
kiss
didn't call
ass.
Skylar because they needed a kiss ass. Katie Lou, you gotta think about what they putting around. You mean
Good
You
point.
right.
Good point.
the
Cause
Pistons?
Skylar ain't going.
You damn right.
Skylar cussed everybody else out.
Skylar don't fuck with DT. She don't give a damn about no game.
Right.
Good point.
That's you right.
You can't argue
You
with that.
right.
Well, we're gonna move on from Indiana and we're going to the New York Liberty. What contract you getting up out of there?
Don't care.
Um
Sloot need to hang them.
but mm,
Sorry.
okay. If
Why are you
Slew hangs it up,
Because
who's
mad?
y'all
she
starting
just,
guard?
God, she looks so bad.
Me.
You said you.
Who said that?
I'll be the starting guard. You only gotta pay me 10K. Shit. I can do something.
Shit, Laney can run PG better than
Oh
half
no,
of
don't
us.
put
Now
my girl
Laney
in that
don't
Absolutely
even
position.
not.
now Laney
We
don't even dribble right. Just
Don't
saying.
Right.
put her,
That girl
don't
will
do
turn
her.
that ball. Mm-mm. That pity pat dribble. Absolutely not. Be good. Love her. Shay does too, but no, not for point guard.
They should have kept Jalen. That's where they fucked the money up.
Put the money up. Put
And
the
the
money
girl
up.
and the girl that they have in that I guess took Jalen's spot, y'all, she really is just a great value. What's the other
Marine.
girl that yeah, like but
Her name
Yep.
Doncic
when
or
I
something
say
like that.
great
Donna.
value, I don't even mean value. She is just a GV. Like it's not even Walmart brand.
Now she corner pantry. Not corner pantry. What's Target brand?
No, Target's better.
You
You're
right.
gonna have to go up to Dollar General Food Line or something like that.
She ain't even Goya. Okay, so
Goya, Goya.
we're gonna go to the Minnesota Lynx. What you doing there, if anything?
Get a damn big that's taller than 6'4".
I mean, it ain't a lot of them now.
They there
Yeah,
was
I
they should
I
have got
think Cheryl
Kalani.
did. Yeah, they could have. Cheryl, I mean, with what Cheryl's doing right now with that roster, I just want an addition of a big. That's it. Like, I don't think there's
Kalani
anybody I really want to cut, but
Kalani would be perfect in that organization, especially coached by Cheryl. She would
Shit, go
she
get him Monty McGee.
she would hell no.
Okay, so not cutting anybody, just adding someone. Then,
Yes.
um,
yeah,
the Phoenix Mercury.
I don't give a rat's ass.
I get rid of that big ass DT contract. That's what's really holding them hostage and why they ain't got no bench. But
I,
they like it like that, so shit.
I'm just real lost. Nah, I don't like her as a player, but I don't understand how you give up Brianna Turner and don't get nothing to replace her.
They ain't had no money.
Because that man trying to buy a championship. He said, "What are the top pieces that I can go
Cause
get?"
Brianna Turner was only making like 100K, and when they traded her, they got Ka, and Ka has the biggest contract in the W without the bonuses and stuff that Eric could get. I'm pretty sure Ka has one of the bigger
Yeah,
contracts.
Kai is at
So
241. Kai has a
they went
contract
from
for
having
350.
a little bit of money to maybe get an additional player to having no money after they took on Ka's contract.
Sophie Cunningham making more than Brittany Griner is crazy to me.
It's
Now,
a hate crime
y'all,
to me.
I
So
love BG, but she chose. I mean, it ain't
She
like,
chose that.
She
yeah.
that need to
I
go to the
mean, if
go to
you
the
don't, if Stomp. I mean, y'all. What do they say in them press conferences? We're doing all of this to get DT a title. So if you choose slavery, I can't. I cannot. What our good sis Harriet say. I had to leave a couple. I could have. I could have saved more, but I had to leave some behind, and that's what that situation gives.
So do we think that this is the year? So this is DT's last year of her contract. Do we think that this is BG's way of helping, like you say, helping DT possibly get another title? BG also probably wants to actually play in the finals because remember she got hurt in 2014, so she didn't really play.
She
You
played
know,
in 2021.
He played versus
well
Chicago.
to win, to
She could
play
have won
in
then.
to play and possibly win. And in addition to that, a way of kind of like showing her gratitude for the support from the Phoenix organization based off
He
because
showed her
of what
gratitude last year.
I'm trying to be optimistic here. And then we think she's out after this year to go elsewhere.
Child, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't. Uh, I need to read the book to understand BG's psyche a little bit more, but because what it gives sometimes is what's the man that used to work for CNN that used to be a Republican and then he like made a switch?
Don Lemon.
Don Lemon.
Yes, that's what it gives,
Cloud?
and so
You say Cloud?
That was not me.
it gives a little Don Lemon, but before he met God. So I don't know. I don't know, Brandon.
Okay. All right. So after the Phoenix Mercury, we have the Washington Mystics.
Oh, brother.
Maisha Hines Allen.
Yeah, she. It's not. It ain't.
Maisha been playing on that bubble contract for she been playing.
For a minute now.
It's 2020.
Listen, we thought so in the bubble. We saw performances from Maisha and Benaja, and we thought that those were going to be those next up. And we saw what Benaja's been able to do since that bubble season, and we thought that the same possibly would have happened for Maisha, but it just hasn't materialized yet. So she is getting 180 grand from
You're
the Mystics.
shitting me.
Yeah,
How?
yes, 180,000.
I'll take it. I'll play for the Mystics.
Listen, I'll be right up there at the Rose Bowl, whatever the place called. All the
Eat
mumbo
me some
sauce. I'll be
brunch.
drunk at the brunch during halftime.
Wait, what is this brunch tea? Everybody been talking about it, and I want to go.
We
You,
serving brunch with the game.
You're shitting me.
I like
got
that.
to
I
get
mean,
somebody to come and see that team.
Not too much
Don't
on.
be
No,
nasty.
hey,
They'll be there January 6th. I mean, June 6th, though.
oh
Whoa.
Jesus!
My,
Speaking of
my bad. They'll
Republicans,
be there June 6th, though.
look at the tune.
They'll be there June 6th to see the person that they could have drafted, Angel. Shout out to her.
Hey, but
Um,
they marketing that shit real well.
mhm.
They are,
They
yeah.
doing really good job with it.
And it's
They
already
might
moved to
lose.
it's already moved to Capital One. So yeah. So so I guess Maisha is who y'all are getting rid of from the Mystics. After that, Chicago Sky.
I do think
Oh,
it's
go ahead.
time for them to move. I Not them to move on. I think Atkins needs to move on from the
Yeah,
Mystics as well. Like I just I think what I liked about Atkins was how she played
like Jewel.
complementary to superstars. And now
Mm-hmm.
that all of that is gone, she's gonna score, gonna do nice things, beautiful gowns, but it's just beautiful gowns. Like I don't I don't love it anymore. I think
it's.
yeah, go ahead, Shay.
No, I was just gonna say I agree with you 100%. I think they expected her to take a leap as the 1A, and it has not happened. And I hate to bring this up, but if that's the reason they didn't draft Brian, I'm gonna shoot myself. So
But my thing is that she ain't even when she played at Texas, she wasn't really 1A. You know what I mean? She was always kind of deferring. You know what I
Who
mean?
was she? She was on there with Brooke and Imani, right?
Yeah.
And
And
Suge.
And
Yeah, Brooke,
Suge,
Imani,
right?
and Suge. Yeah, and the team was that was Brooke and Imani's team.
And but also I think that breakout year as a rookie was just what it was, a breakout year as a rookie. Like there hasn't been magic since, solid seasons for sure, great defense, beautiful gowns, but I don't. That's to
But
Shay's
like
point.
you said, she plays well along superstars, or
Yes, I
well
mean
the
she's a
ones that
really
she
good.
can.
That's
Yeah,
why I think they keep
Kate
putting her
Martin.
on these
So why,
Olympic
that's why you
rosters
stay
because
in the
she's
league.
a. Yeah, I mean, really great. I mean, wonderful compliment. Just never the exclamation point or the subject of the sentence.
You know who could really use her? The Fever.
Who?
Yes,
Yes.
a lockdown two guard. Oh yes,
I like that.
and that's a player who wouldn't mind going to the Fever.
Lockdown guard, play
And
both
Tamika
sides. She's a
Catchings, she went to the same
champion.
high school as her. So yeah,
I
she
was about to
probably
ask,
Champion.
where is she
Olympian.
even from?
See this
she's from
Texas,
Dallas.
right? Yeah, I was about to say she from Texas. But see, this is why we need to come, y'all. If you're in the audience, we're gonna start a fun. We're gonna make an ownership group so that we can get a team to Charlotte.
We gonna do
But
just like the
it's
Packers.
yes, we gonna make it community funded so that we can
Ooh,
really
put
fuck
me
this
in
shit up.
charge. Put me in charge of having the tough conversations about letting these players know I'm not paying you that much.
You
Yeah,
sure
This is
will.
wonderful.
what the salary cap is, and you are not worth that much.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let
I
it go.
I think we would do a wonderful job. I think our players would be really happy to play for us.
Put me over to Fellowship Hall Ministry.
No, that's for Muffin.
Okay, okay. You're right. You
What?
right.
B, you
What
gonna
I'm
be
gonna
the
be over?
host.
Okay.
Logan be over all things marketing, making sure that our signage, everything is nice, beautiful gowns. You're gonna be the face of the
Okay.
organization. We're gonna put you in all the pressers, all of that.
And with my nice nasty guy.
Yes, exactly. You're gonna be the one talking to Kathy.
Oh, 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 perfect.
She
Put
gonna
me
tell
on
Kathy,
player
girl, you're not
development.
smart.
We going
Shay
straight to the farm.
Shay designing the
Girl.
logo, gonna put out all the graphics.
She could be up there in the catwalk fixing the lights when they go out.
I'm gonna have my tool belt, my laptop, all that shit on.
But we
Right.
know at least we know our bills gonna be paid on time. So
Oh, Robert, you don't be y'all. Look in the chat. I will, Robert. Don't
What
make
he
me call
say?
the ministry. Gonna talk about Dolores
I can't.
cannot be GM. We see how that's going.
It'll
You
be a team
you
effort.
still
It's
have a
gonna be a
job.
team effort.
okay, so next up on the teams that we want to the Los Angeles Sparks. Oh wait, no, the Chicago Sky. So I know this contract was a topic of discussion last year because it's like, what has she done to warrant a $208,000 contract? Do we think that she's earned that, Marina Mabry?
Mabry.
No, still
No,
no.
I still don't think she should be getting paid that much for she hooping. So whatever.
Marina in this current CBA structure, 160K. That's it.
She is 1A.
But
That's
in
To
this
not
whom?
current
her fault.
in this current structure, that's all she should make. So if she's 1A, that means you got a hell of a lot of money to look otherwise.
It's a lot of money
It's a whole lot of money. Let me focus.
in this mud. Okay.
But I
So,
think her being 1A is product of them in away other 1A options.
mhm.
Yes.
Because how do you go from being a championship contender at the top, you lose every single
James
one of them?
Wade. James Wade.
I mean, that we really need to do a 60 minutes about the demise. Fortunately for Teaspoon and D Wade in the building, they working on something. But my God, a fall from grace.
Oh my God. I was just trying to order me some food and they closed.
And
Okay.
all of this, the Chicago Sky Tees started with a De'Erica buzzer beater in the playoffs. That's some WNBA tea for you.
Okay. Next up, the Los Angeles Sparks.
Everybody.
Bless their soul.
So the Sparks, let's see, their largest contract in LA right now is Azare. So they don't have anyone making over two just yet, but Azare's 195, De'Erica's 169, Kia Nurse's 142. We have wow, Stephanie Talbot is also a guaranteed contract. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
What team is she
the
on?
Sparks.
LA.
Jinkies.
So yeah, Stephanie Talbot is guaranteed for 115, and Ray is guaranteed at 125.
Told you. They fucked themselves up.
Wow. Well, the good thing is they only have one guaranteed contract on the books for next year, and that's Lexi. And then everybody else is unrestricted, and you have Ari, who is a restricted agent. So obviously, it looks like they will more than likely bring De'Erica back for sure. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do afterwards with everyone else, but so out of those, are you tossing Ray's or Stephanie's? Hell, both of neither one of them really play.
I'm tossing Kia Nurse one. It's the most expensive, and I don't think she had like that one good game to start the season, and ever since then it's been like back to normal, I guess.
Mm.
So
So, so if you're in the audience and you are from Canada and live in Canada, I want you to explain the kid nurse allure to me, like I am one of those students. Okay.
I don't think anyone knows.
Okay. Only for Canadians. If you sing that song, that beautiful song,
Oh, Canada.
yes, if you sing that, please let me know what the allure is.
All right. Next up, we have the Seattle Storm.
ooh, we didn't
Um,
do that.
no.
I probably drop Mercedes Russell contract. I think she's a solid big off the bench, but I think they probably gave her a little bit too much.
I think that's the one because they have yeah. Right now they
Thing,
have.
but the thing about that is that we just had that conversation about it's really hard to find bigs taller than 6'2", 6'3". I think, in my opinion, I think Mercedes can still be a help to that franchise. I think the issues are elsewhere on the team, in my opinion. But that's just me.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying get rid of her. Just update the contract.
Oh,
Contract.
restructure. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Has our good sis Dulcie Finkel Mingiato played this year?
A little bit, not a lot.
So Kiana hasn't played either, right?
Sure.
Mm-mm. I haven't seen her on the floor
So
too
yeah,
much
really
when I've watched her game.
they go their starters and then Jordy and yeah, they go starters,
Sammy.
Mercedes and Jordy. And Nika's gotten in. So that's gonna be and Sammy. Sammy's not so who does Sammy start?
No, right? Is
Yes,
I
you
think
do.
she
it
do?
alternates. Some games yes, and other games no. Because I've seen
Oh, okay.
I've
Sorry.
seen Vivian start and then also Sammy too.
Okay. Next up, Connecticut Sun.
They
Child.
good.
Yeah, I don't got no questions, comments, concerns for me.
All right. Dallas Wings.
They just got to get healthy. I like the roster though. They need a point guard, but that's by choice, so I can't do that for them if they don't want it.
I want them to share some bigs with the rest of the league.
They are hoarding quite a few.
Well, if the rest of the league wasn't fucking incompetent, they because let's not forget, Kalani got there incompetency. Monique got there incompetency.
Yeah.
New York traded away Natasha Howard.
I forgot Natasha was in New
Kiera
York
They
for a
still
bit.
McCallum
need
got
to
traded
use
there
her
by incompetency. The league gave
by
them bigs.
Indiana. Yep.
Imagine, like, let me not. That just pissed me off again.
No, for real, imagine if Collier would have panned out.
No, child. That was there was nothing to pan.
No, I'm just saying. Imagine they got two. two bigs in that draft too.
And they still got a walk waiting to come back.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Hell, and let's I mean that franchise has typically always had a lot of bigs, especially Dallas. I mean, back to the Liz days.
There, Liz and
Gl-
Glory,
Glory.
Courtney Paris,
Yeah, they done had some thumpers.
not Thumpers. Okay, and last but not least, we have. Oh, that was last Dallas Wings. Okay, so we're gonna before we wrap up, we see a few hands down there raised. I'm gonna let those up, let some people up to ask their questions or clear their hearts, get some things off their chest. First, we got coming up is CC.
Ooh, while CC comes up, I just want to say this. Before the WNBA draft, I tweeted and I said that it's not about when you no, it's not about when you get picked. It's really about where you land in the W. That can be the biggest thing, especially in the W. And those corn people came after me and was like, "You're just trying to make it look good for Angel when she drops. You're trying to do this for Camilla when she doesn't get picked high. You're trying to do this and blah 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 blah." And I said, "No, I typically just tweet this around WNBA draft time, but whatever." And here we are, fast forward 2 months later, and Angel and Camilla is living their best life with a coach that is pouring into them and letting them grow, and they are happy as hell. And all the little rookies look happy as hell, except one. And so I just want to say, like I said from the jump, it's about where you land versus when you get picked when it goes to the W.
Period.
Can't
Hey,
argue with
that's how
that.
you put a bitch. No charges.
CC, what's up?
Oh, I just popped in to say hi. I have no clue what anyone's talking about. I was enjoying Memorial Day weekend. So I just want to say hello. Messy Mondays are back.
Oh.
And to the new fans, fuck all of you for ruining my favorite sport in the world. Fuck all of you guys. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. You ruined it. I can't tweet in peace. I can't watch games in peace. I can't do nothing in peace. Because all y'all niggas is in my comments talking to me like you know basketball. Quit it. Sit down and listen to the boss from here on out. Shut the
Ooh,
hell up because I can't even watch
not the
basketball
boss.
in peace anymore. So happy Memorial Day and new fans, shut up and watch the sport. Thank you.
I
And
am
committee, I
fed
love you
up.
guys.
Am fed up.
I'm fed the fuck up. I had to lock my tweets and all that bullshit. Can't even have fun in peace.
It was so great seeing you last week, CC.
Hey, B, you look thick as shit, so I love you.
Ah,
And that's that on that.
it was the pants. It was the pants.
East
Okay,
Coast
okay.
people, I'll be in DC and New York next week. DC for the Liberty, no, for the Chicago game and the Indiana Fever
We
game.
live in the South, sweets. We live in the South.
Oh. Mm.
I'm crying. Not you giving us your
Below the
tour
Mason
schedule,
Dixon
your
I'm
line.
just
DC
saying,
tour
pull up
schedule.
on me. Pull up on me.
We live below the Mason Dixon line, and you talking about DC and New York.
Um. Anyways, if you're in DC, New York, June 6th, June 7th, hit me up. I'm mad. I'm not making it to Atlanta this season. My boss is going. I'm not, so I'm very sad about that. But
Who
it
y'all
is
got in
what it is.
Atlanta?
Tina Charles.
Oh, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. She wearing. I think Dons and Dames and AEs this season. So check it out.
Okay, okay. Thank you, CC. Jonathan, you're coming up.
DC, I wear a size 7.5 for them Hardens.
Listen.
Which colorway? Which colorway you like?
Any of the bright colors, pink,
Okay. Get a
orange.
pink. Get a pink John on fire.
Okay.
Say less. 7.5.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Love to see it.
You know mine already, but we'll talk. um, Donovan. I mean, sorry, I was thinking got D on the brain. Jonathan, we're gonna let you up.
You
Yo,
got
your
what?
ass always runs out,
Please don't
bro.
make him
Like you
repeat
lose
that.
track.
His name is D.
Oh,
Pretty,
brother.
please.
it's
No,
late.
no, no, Rihanna, no Rihanna. Okay, so Jonathan, come on up, and Layla, we're gonna let you up as well. Like what you do to me. It's still spinning. All right, Jonathan, what's on your mind?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's up, Malik? Key, my twin. Um, yeah. So This WNBA season is a little interesting. Don't worry, I'm not one of the new fans. I've actually been watching before Caitlin Clark got here. Let me make that clear. But I'm surprised that the Aces actually took a loss to the Phoenix Mercury. I really, really am. And then the Phoenix Mercury turned around and lose the next game. But but I do think I'm actually quite surprised that Angel Reese is actually doing as well as she is doing. I think she's gonna kill when Cardoso gets back though, even more. But I do think people need to take it a little easy on Alyssa Thomas. It was just a hard foul, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, I'm not saying she right, but she is like that. I don't. It wasn't like a she did it because it was Angel thing at all. She just is.
Oh crap.
She's
Once I
just.
saw that tweet that made it into a goddamn episode of Insecure, I said, oh shit, we done gone too far.
That girl said older black women. What she say? This is the issue with older black women.
Older black women in the workforce. This is how the young black women feel.
Fan fiction, boy.
Yeah, but they'll see. Once they keep watching, they'll see AT always.
Um, Not you calling me Malik. These people don't know me as Malik. Please.
Hey, but I asked you which one you want to be called, and that's what you told me to call you.
In real life, not on here.
Okay, my bad. The lookers. But
Thank you.
we can't be mad. I know y'all might hate the new fans, but you can't be too mad at them because these girls are now getting their coin. So it's
Well,
it's
the new
really a
fans
trade
Well,
off.
that's
are
not
bringing
why
the
we're
coin.
not gonna be mad at them.
Huh?
Because the new fans don't got nothing to do
Yeah,
with the coin. We're not mad at them because the media does. Well, not mad. I say not mad isn't the right word, but it's the media's fault. They don't got nothing to do with the coin.
I'm so glad you brought that. The new fans are not bringing the coin, people. I don't know who thought that. I don't know who made up that idea. The TV deals bring the coin, okay? The new fans are we're gonna be there. Let me go back. The NHL um bargain the money that they're receiving from TV is almost 10 times more than the W. Hell, probably more than that. And they got half the fans. So the current W fans, the OGs, us that have been here in the trenches, we are the reason that you bitches are here. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever think of yourself as that important. If we did not lay the foundation, if we did not buy these jerseys, if we did not support these, if we did not create Stan, WNBA Twitter, if we did not talk shit, you bitches wouldn't even have a WNBA Twitter to talk on. Don't play with us.
Because now
Oh
you
man,
have
you
the
got me
crowd
over here
surfing
dying.
Waldo to the games just like us,
Right.
right?
Don't play with me.
Dolores, you got me over here
And
dying, man.
if
That's
y'all new fans
hilarious.
think your asses are gonna get flued out, you are greatly fucking mistaken.
Hell, if Dana Evans wants to fly me out, hey, what's up? That's
Well,
all I
she's
got to
a
say.
friend of the committee, so we'll see what we can do.
Send us your bank account.
Yes. Oh wait. Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate.
If plays, I will.
Not your parlays. We don't hate new fans. We hate new fans that act like assholes.
Right. We don't like those. Layla.
And
Oh,
I
go
can't
ahead.
hate people that are muted.
Oh shit. What happened now?
Layla, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys? I had to come a little late today, but I have to get off my chest. I don't know if you guys hit it because I came late, but the whole like hating on Caitlin Clark thing that just it boils me. Not because of like them saying, "Oh, they're the women are," but it's like how they degrade every other player to prop her up because it's like, "Oh well, she made us a fan, so it's okay. Like we can't talk about her, we can't put her down." But the spirit flights, calling them broke, calling them bitter, it boils me to the point because I'm like, how are you saying that they're hating on her, they're disrespecting her, but then you disrespect the other women? And it's like the league was great before her, the league will be great after her. The league is gonna be okay. Like the league is gonna be okay. And I feel like they put so much pressure on her too, because it's like now that she's not doing good as like people thought she would, she's not hitting step back Jimmy's just left and right. Now people think, oh, well, they're hating, they're playing good defense, all this stuff. So that just boils me. And it takes away from the game that I love to watch because like oh like every time you turn on like watching the finals or like watching Chuck or something like that, and I'm like they're constantly talking about the WNBA in a bad light, and it's like it's putting so much like just negativity into what this growth and what this new wave of rookies have brought. It just takes away from so much. And that's just my spiel today. Also, too, my Aces when they lost to the Phoenix, I was very mad at that, but they bounced back and they did their job against the Fever. So shout out to them. But that's just my little spiel this week. I hope everyone had a great week, and that's it for me.
Did you guys speak
Period.
on the Fever at all this week about how they look and whatnot? Because I had no clue how they're going to look this season, and they look better than I thought they would.
Hmm. Yeah, we did. They mentioned that of course, there was some growth with the team. Um, who works best? Who has been working best with each other? Obviously, that's indicative with the move of Timmy to the starting lineup and family members to the bench. And yeah, so they've addressed the fever. Anything else that you want to add, Dolores Lowe, Yana, Shay, Craig?
Mm-mm.
They're kind of exhausted with the conversation of the fever right now, as we all probably
Wait,
have been.
I do have a question. Who got moved to the bench for Fat Ben?
Don't be
At the
messy.
That was
moment, it seems like Nalissa, but it was just one game, so we'll know if that's something that's reoccurring or not. But right now, it looks like Nalissa.
Yeah, Yana, your ass is
I wish
definitely going to the room to negotiate the contracts.
I wish Erica Wheeler get moved to the bench. Ball hogging ass.
all right. Thank you, Jonathan. One moment, Reba. Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
Um,
Hey,
if
Reba.
you were a GM, what package would you give for Nelissa Smith?
What team though?
Where do you think she fits best?
Mm,
I
mm.
honestly, I would like to see her in Phoenix.
Okay, okay.
But they do need
I
a
support
four.
Yeah,
that.
But we said, you remember we said that
We
last
did.
season. We said she would do really good beside
We
these
did.
but
shooters.
Phoenix don't have nothing to give.
I
Ha!
don't think
But are
Indy
they looking
cares.
for anything in return, really, or
Yeah,
like?
that's what I'm saying. I don't think Indy cares.
But does Phoenix? I
They
mean, no,
should though,
they care to the extent that they need another big.
I mean,
I
or
would
some veteran leadership or something like
right.
maybe
something.
maybe a three-team trade type of situation because
Okay,
they would need
Possibly.
to involve Dallas to circulate another big because I think the only way you can make that
Okay,
because Dallas needs a PG or like, and I think Suge could potentially work there without being crazy cost effective. Then maybe you send like a Suarez
Mm-hmm.
for to Indiana or even if not Suarez, Kalani. You send her to
Hell
Indiana
no.
type thing. But I'm just saying I'm looking at teams that have enough bigs to actually make that work.
It would
Um
have. It would
like
have to.
Suarez, for
or the walk.
Suge, and then
I know a walk can't play this year, but
That is
but
true.
Indiana, if
for
I'm
future,
Indiana, I'm not making a trade unless somebody can come play because they only got two
That's
bigs if
true.
they let go of Alyssa.
That is true.
true.
So
Or
then
you could
go ahead.
get LA from Atlanta.
Yeah, but then for
LA and
yeah,
Timmy the
that's
same
yes,
person.
I
that's
mean, somebody got to come off the bench, though, right?
That's true.
I guess the only thing is that it would have to be worth Indiana's while in terms of if I'm gonna send my number two pick, I need to get somebody that can play right now and like a future asset.
And then
I think that's
Phoenix
all right.
traded away next year's pick, no? Or am I
Huh?
tripping?
I think
Didn't
they
Phoenix
did.
trade away one of their picks for next year?
I thought they did. Because that weren't they at 3 or 4 or something like that?
wasn't
Weren't they
that
at
this year's
3?
pick that they got rid of?
Yeah,
I know they
but
got rid of this year's one, but I feel like they got rid of another one too.
I thought they
I can't
did too,
remember.
honestly. And I got one more thing. Like, I just wish the newer fans would like their expectations are way too high. Like I think people who watch, the W knew when AT got ejected that Dewana was about to turn up. So now
That's
you
true.
mad that my girl done choke slam your player. All right, cool, that's fucked up. She shouldn't have done that. But why are you mad at me for winning the fucking game? If you knew who the hell I was, you wouldn't be surprised. So I think fans or the newer fans need to get their expectations in control. I think Caitlyn would have a better experience if fans did that. Um, and honestly, I think everybody else is doing okay. I think it's just her that's struggling with the expectations right now. Everybody else has kind of been able to, develop and figure out their way without all the fanfare shit that she's dealing with. I just think fans are setting these players up for a big fall, and it's not fair to the players.
I think she could have told her fans that though
I
too,
think,
because she saw this
yeah,
coming.
I think so too. But honestly, like Camilla said, I don't watch this shit. I only watch the Aces, so I don't think she knew what to expect either.
Bingo. I think she thought she would come in and do and eat everybody up too.
Yeah,
That's
I
why she was so
honestly think
prepared.
that too.
Agreed.
Okay, we got Oh, there's other hands. So some of you dropped it. Okay. Well, what we got coming up this week, y'all? We gonna do another wind down Friday.
To be determined.
I'm going to the Atlanta game on
Okay,
Friday.
so
Oh
we
yeah.
might not be winding down this week, but we got some other things coming that we'll keep you all, we'll make you all aware of. Go and get your merch once again from our all new revamped site, thecommitteesportsgroup.com. Go and check out some of the other details of things that we have coming. And as always, we thank you all for tuning in. We thank you all for listening, and thank us for speaking. Bye bye.